to clap. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word of Mouth. We're here live with the one and only Nordista Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Hey y'all.
Hey, we'll introduce him in a second, but you might be sitting here wondering, oh my gosh, it's November 15th. What the heck is Christmas music playing here for? Well, first off, you're Scrooge if you don't listen to Christmas music at all before Thanksgiving. Secondly, we're just really excited for cozy little holiday vibes. And a lot of people are road tripping a lot these holidays. So if you find yourself, on a road trip and you're like, I haven't listened to word of mouth in a while, welcome back. And maybe you're on a road trip and this is your first time ever listening. Oh, well, cozy on up. Anyways, thanks so much for listening. We're here live with Nordista Freeze. Like aforementioned, Nordista Freeze, will you please explain who you are and why you're here?
Man, it's great to be here. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Pleasure.
I was just telling them, I guess I can say a little bit. I don't know how much I'm supposed to say, but I'm grateful to a close friend of mine who my van can't go over 55 miles an hour right now, and I needed a way to get to Birmingham. And my friend, he said, I want to take this girl on a date, but she lives in Birmingham. He's like, I don't know. I need a reason to go down there. I said, well, I know the exact reason.
Yep.
I need to be on Word of Mouth
This right here.
podcast. So shout out to my friend who I'll let remain anonymous. But
Wow.
Hopefully they fall in love and get married, and then
I
this
hope the
could be
girl
the
is
inception.
randomly a listener of this podcast. And
Yeah,
she's
I hope
like,
so.
"Aw."
And she has no idea.
she's like, it was a date?
yeah.
Like, no way.
I thought we were just hanging out.
Yeah, exactly.
I just kind of like the idea of hanging out with somebody from Nashville.
Yeah, right. What should I do while I'm in town this evening? Like, I think because they're going on a dinner date. So I drove by Coin is playing at Avondale Brewing.
They
I
are
might
doing
try
that.
That's where we're
Yeah,
going.
me and
You're going to
Jacob are
that?
going,
Yeah.
So you should totally come with
Okay,
if you want.
I might come with you.
Yeah. Jacob
Cool.
knows somebody that works there too, so maybe he can help. He can help you out. I don't know.
I got 2 guest list spots. Maybe I can get one more. I
Oh,
can try to go.
snap. That would
Hopefully.
be awesome, man.
That would actually be sweet.
But yeah, I love Coin's one of those bands that I love seeing live.
Yeah.
And I do really love their new album, but typically I don't really listen. I don't jam to them like in the car.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
that.
Right, I get it. You're too busy listening to podcasts
I'm so busy listening to my
Yeah.
own voice.
on double speed. Think people are listening to this on double speed right now? If we talk really fast, let's slow it down.
Like, ha ha, we're gonna.
Do y'all ever
make
listen to
you
things on double speed, actually?
all the
I
freaking time?
Only
Really?
listen to things. I only watch YouTube on double
What?
speed. Yeah.
Are you
Dude,
serious?
Yeah, this is sincere, yeah.
It
Honestly-
annoys me so much. Hearing people just talk so fast that I can't even barely make out what they're saying. It's just
Can't even make out.
Dude, I was listening to the Emma Chamberlain Kendall Jenner episode the other day because
dude.
I think that anytime that it's kind of like dang it, this is definitely gonna out me that I listened to that Trump Joe Rogan episode.
No, that's okay. I listened
That's
to that
okay.
on-
50
I
million
listened to
other
double speed.
people did.
Surely,
You're not alone.
Surely you're as fascinated as I am. Like
Definitely.
when Trump touched the podcast world, I was like, those don't seem to. So anyway, same with like the Kardashians. It's like they're so hyper famous that when Kendall Jenner was like, "I'm gonna speak," I was like, I gotta.
I'll be
give this
honest.
a listen.
That podcast was stupid.
It was. What did you
They
listen to
said
that one?
nothing.
It was so dumb.
The Kindle and
You didn't.
Emma.
You didn't listen to Kendall Jenner on 2 times.
No.
I think
I was
your
in the-
experience would have been twice as better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
I
that's
listened
how
to
it
it
works.
with Claire, my wife, in the car.
Okay, wife reveal.
There it is.
What is that? What was that?
Whenever we talk about wives, we do this.
Or girlfriends, or
Oh,
significant others.
Girlfriends, we have a little bit different one. Which, speaking of,
Speaking of
Oh,
girlfriend reveal.
we have.
Wife.
I have a wife.
He has a
Gracie.
wife.
Oh,
Gracie is
snap.
my wife, but Jacob.
uh-oh.
Cha-ching.
Wow.
Oh.
Last time I was on, we talked about my first date with this girl, and now we're dating
Are
Wow.
you serious?
full time.
Time
Before it was
dating.
part time.
40 hours a week.
That's amazing.
dating.
Full
man.
time dating now. Kind of.
I'm actually so curious. One thing that I want to talk about. We really are getting off track already.
Yeah, we
Maybe
have not
can
talked
loop
about
back around.
Nordista at all.
I
So
was
Cool.
in-
Oh, this is great.
I was in Nashville for the
Yes.
Claro show on Monday night, which, by the way, Claro and Alice Phoebe Lou, unbelievably good show. Grand
Love
Ole
it.
Opry, not as cool of a venue as I thought it would be.
No.
But anyways,
Pews
I
cool. I
That's
think
the
pews are
Ryman.
cool.
Oh, wait,
The
are there
pews are cool.
pews at
The Grand Ole Opry is also pews, yes, but
Yeah.
it's ginormous. It's like 5,000 seats. I thought it was gonna be small. It was way
it's
too big.
huge. It's very sterilized too. There's no like character to it.
Yeah, it's like
place.
it is. Maybe in like 150 years, I'll be like, ooh, cool. But right now, it's
Right.
like this is kind of feels like a little dated. But anyways,
Totally.
I was there, and the next day I like stayed with my cousins I was telling you about earlier that live in Green Hills, and then the next morning I was like out at a cafe, and I was like looking around at all the people, and there's so many young people there that weren't married. And here, there's a lot of young people here in college or in grad school or something
Right,
like that. But
right.
there's a lot of couples tend to get married pretty early
Yes.
here. And I was so curious, like, what is the dating life like in Nashville? It has to be just like crazy active. Like, I don't know, and non-committal is what I'm trying
Oh
to
my
get at.
goodness, yeah. It's very non-committal. So I mean, there's the same thing as here. People, but like that's the first generation. Like they got married when they were like 23.
Sure.
And then there's the rest of us who are like have 10 to 20 more years of singleness. So it's like
Yeah.
there's like that's the weird part. There's like half of your friends are like starting families, and then the
Yeah.
other half are just like going out and hanging out,
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
which is awesome. We have a great time. Yeah, but
That's what I'm talking about.
We were talking about, me and Miles were talking about that because
Mm-hmm.
we had dinner here with a bunch of friends on Halloween.
fun.
And our buddy Miles just moved here from Austin, and he is, we think, single, but he's
You can't really tell.
He's being really mysterious about it. We ask him, and he's like, "I love love," and we're like, "Well, yeah, but like, are you
He
dating
explains
someone?"
his dating life as healthy.
Yeah,
Healthily active, he said.
yeah.
I was like actively
Curious.
healthy.
Curious
Anyways,
what that could mean.
He and I were talking, and he was like, the one thing I noticed when I'm hanging out with you guys is
How married we are.
yeah, everyone is married. Like
Yeah.
all of our
That's so true. All the bands I play with, like people are married in the bands
Yeah.
when I'm playing down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was super interesting. Speaking of, I saw Judah and the Lions drummer whenever I went to Cafe Babu. Have you been to this place?
Dude, man, you're on top of it. Yo, that is the spot. Wow.
That's actually
Let's
amazing.
go.
Let's
That's
freaking
huge.
go. But anyways, he was in
Steven's
line.
effort
Crazy
really
architecture.
just boosted
There was
his
also
ego.
several people in there that I was like, y'all have
You're
to.
for
these
sure
You're
someone.
also famous, but I don't know who you
For
are.
sure, for
Kind of
sure.
vibe. But anyways, I think he's married too. Speaking of.
Pathetic.
Yeah, I know. Waste of time.
But the lead singer got divorced, so he's back.
Oh, yeah.
We back.
Hanging out now.
Dude, he looks so good while we're just gossiping about them. Like, because I know y'all have Ladybird Taco down here.
Yeah.
I was at Ladybird Taco in Nashville. Homeboy just comes in, like, orders these tacos, like, looks so good. And I was like, literally everybody in the store, it's like they didn't even know who he was. They're just like, this guy is gorgeous.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he walks outside and proceeds to change clothes entirely, like out of his workout clothes into like his like day fit, and just like takes off his shirt. And everybody was just like, man,
Wow.
this guy looks
Everybody.
so
It was
good.
only you.
It was only me.
He says
only me.
everybody, he's zoned in.
There was
Everyone
two
else is
people in
not
the
paying
restaurant.
attention.
Everybody else was just doing their thing. I was like, holy moly.
Dude,
I saw his Moon River set. They're killing it now. Like it's so sick.
Yeah.
Their live set is still so good.
Also, Lady
That
Bird.
rules.
I mean, just moment of silence. The place is so good.
So good.
Okay,
so
there's
glad
a
to hear that,
saying
man.
down here that I love, and it's "Don't you Nashville my Birmingham," and because there's a lot of Nashville places that
Yeah.
open up locations here.
Yeah.
And-
Honest Coffee, was it? Or no, what was it called? One of them, there was a coffee shop. I can't remember what it
There's
was.
definitely two.
Did
Honest
Honest
here
start in Nashville?
Yes, I
now.
think.
I thought it was a
Franklin.
Huntsville thing. Nashville.
It probably
Let's go.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
but anyways,
We've
Lady
got
Bird's one of
Frothy
those
Monkey.
places. We do
Frothy.
have
Frothy.
two
That was-
Frothies now.
yeah.
But when Frothy Monkey comes, I'm like, I don't know why you're doing
The
this.
frothy in Nashville is.
But
I don't know what your opinion on it is, but I thought it was kind of cool. And
Yeah,
the
it's
frothy
cool.
here is like
Not.
not at all.
Yeah.
But Lady Bird is like, it was very much so. Like I don't feel that way about Lady Bird. I'm
Yeah.
like so
Oh, yeah.
excited.
I'm so
And it was I think it was a hole in the market.
Yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
another like breakfast taco place.
I'm glad to hear this. I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear this. The
And
owner's really
Jackson-
nice too. So
Yeah, Jackson,
Oh, yeah,
the
you probably know
manager down
Jackson.
here, is awesome.
yes, dude, Jackson is a G. I see him around. I see him around Nashville, man. We're always
Yeah.
tapping each other up.
he lives up
Yeah.
there again now. Do you
Oh,
know
yeah.
that?
No,
Oh,
that-
what?
Yeah, I
No,
saw him
didn't
the
know
other
that.
day. He was
He's out and about, man. I see this guy around, man.
Yeah.
Jackson, if you're listening, man, let's go.
I used to-
I'll see it Showman's, man.
I live right by Lady Bird here in town, and I would go for runs
Where
at
at? What neighborhood?
Canterbury Gardens in Mountain Brook.
That sounds cute.
It's awesome.
It's cute.
Where rich people live.
Mountain Brook is
Ridge.
the really, 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 really wealthy part of town, and I
Yo.
live in a $860 a month apartment.
Whoa.
Canterbury's
So-
$860.
Yeah.
That's
Does your wife's
amazing.
dad pay for your rent?
No, my wife. My wife is in school. I'm the sugar daddy.
Let's go.
Anyway, I used to run by and like wave at him at 6 a.m. when he's like making tortillas in there.
That's huge.
Oh man, that is too early.
Yeah, Myers runs at 6 a.m.
No big deal.
That's incredible. I can
That's
see that.
fine.
Okay,
It's
so
fine.
That's
anyways,
cool.
We can revisit all of these Nashville things, obviously. But before we do, Nordista Freeze is a musician. I don't even know if we said that
We
yet.
haven't even gotten that far yet.
You're a musician. You're based in Nashville.
That's right. Born and raised.
You said you graduated in 2019, so I think that puts you at 28 years old, 29
Yes.
years old.
I would have graduated in 2019.
Oh,
I think is
okay.
what I said. I dropped out.
Let's freaking
Yo.
go.
Gang.
Nashville energy. Love it.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, so as I have, like before they started contacting me, because they were the ones in communication with you.
You put something on your story that said, "Who has a podcast?" I'm trying to say some.
Yes.
Jacob sent it to us.
Yes.
And then I DM'd you.
Okay.
Thank you, man. I'm stoked to be here.
And that's how he's
exactly
here.
where I wanted to be.
Before that all happened, I had never heard of you before. Listened to your music since, very good.
Thank you so much.
And but I've been asking around, and what I've heard about you is that you tour like crazy. You played 1,000 shows,
just about. I'm getting close.
and yeah, that your shows are insane. Those are the only three things that
Let's
I've
go.
heard about you. So,
Thank you
and
so much, man.
There's also like this. It seems like anyone who's involved in the Nashville like young people world knows who you are too. So
That rules.
yeah. So
thank
anyways,
you.
that's kind of who you are. Tell us about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I got the bug. I love playing shows, and
Okay.
I was doing that. I've kind of like this year has been I've done the least because I've been doing international, so I've kind of had to like be a little bit more strategic. In the last 12 months, I did my first UK tour, Europe tour, South Africa festival,
That's
and a
so
festival
cool.
in like north of London. So that was cool, but I
That's
played
sick.
a lot less. I've been in town. I'll be like, like you saw me waiting tables, trying to make money, trying to make all that overseas stuff happen. So
Yeah.
but yeah, typically I do love the open road. Man, I love it so much. But yeah, that's me, Freeze from Nashville. I've put out a bunch of music, played a bunch of shows. I just believe in being an artist. You got to work on your jump shot.
That's right.
Bounce pass.
What was your
Wake up every
first
day.
show?
My first show that I played,
Yep.
I think it was.
Was your artist name the same?
I had a band in high school because I was
Okay.
in high school, 2012 to 2015, and which was perfect, like Avid Brothers era.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
so
let's go.
I had my Lumineers, Mumford and Son band, like banjo,
Had to.
mandolin, folk band. That I had in high
had
school.
Did you play instruments your whole life?
No, I sang my whole life. So I grew up in a denomination called the Church of Christ.
Yep.
Love
Are y'all
it.
familiar with that?
Yep.
So I don't know if y'all's school is it COC as well?
No,
Sanford
it's,
is Baptist?
former,
Oh, yeah,
formerly,
Lipscomb is Church of
formerly
Christ. Yeah.
Baptist. It was formerly Baptist. Now it's independent, but it leans
Cowards.
It leans Baptist. Yeah,
Pick a denomination.
yeah.
Come on, Samford.
Yeah, Ralph Beeson, our old president, he grew up Baptist. He married a Methodist, and then
Yeah.
he went to a Methodist church with her and actually liked it, and it surprised him.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
So he started a seminary on campus that's interdenomination.
Whoa,
denominational. So
interesting.
John Wesley, Martin Luther, like all these, like
King Jr.
Jonathan Edwards, Augustine, all these people from different denominations are like the heads of thought.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's, but I forgot the leading like theologian from the Church of Christ, but he's also part of it too. So
They're on the
no one
council.
cares, but
They're on the
anyways,
council.
Yeah.
Church
but
of
you
Christ.
grew up in the denomination.
I grew up Church of Christ, and there's no instruments in Church of Christ. It's all a
Yeah.
cappella. So,
right.
I grew up singing a lot, and then I went to a high school or a grade school that was also Church of Christ. So
Go
I was,
Mustangs.
yeah, exactly. So I was always singing, and so when I first started making music, I just had a microphone and like a looping device,
Oh,
and then
cool.
slowly got into like playing instruments and stuff. But yeah, I think I kind of got into it just looping my voice and singing and stuff. That was my first
Interesting.
music. Yeah, played guitar a little bit later. Like that was middle school. Then high school, I got into guitar and folk music and that sort of thing. And
Yeah.
then rock music in college, and now I'm making some other type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
Is there any? Would you categorize anything like what is your music most like similar to? I guess a lot of people.
Who do you take inspiration from?
I kind of get tired of people, not tired, but it's kind of frustrating. People are like, what kind of music do you make?
Right.
It's like, I don't really know how to like place what would you place on when people ask you that question?
Well,
I'm asking you that question.
yeah, you're
He's
good,
asking
man.
you the
I'm
question
open.
he doesn't like.
I'm open for this. Let's see. I mean, the live show is a lot different than the music I've been making because I've been making a lot of music recently, and that can go in any direction. But then ultimately, when it comes together for the live show, I believe, this is just my personal belief, anyone can do whatever they want, but for me, if I'm playing a show, I'm going to go to like my top songs on Spotify. I'm going to try to stick to that, you know, and maybe I'll branch out for a second here or there in the set.
Sure.
Like, oh, I'm going to play something new or I'm going to experiment. But, you know, if people come to see me play, I'm going to give them what they came to see. So a lot of that is my most popular music, which happens to be more 60s rock. And we have a very high energy live show. So it's kind of like a high energy 60s rock. And then I do a little bit of other stuff. I dabble in some hyper pop in there and some metal and some other genres. Yeah, but
Sick.
What's your favorite type of music to listen to?
well, so my favorite type of music currently is like SoundCloud music. It's like a mix between hyper pop and hip hop. I'm really into Drain Gang, like Blade, you know
Okay.
what that is, and like Young Lean.
Yeah.
And all of the
People
that
say I
came
look
after
like
that.
Young Lean.
Dude, you really do. You look like Young Lean. That's
I dabbled a little
crazy.
bit. Glaive, doesn't
Yeah.
he kind of fall into that category?
I think I've heard that. Yeah, that's maybe some.
I've
sort
listened
of,
to him and
something.
some people around.
I have
him.
no idea what kind of music y'all are talking about. What do you mean by hyper pop?
The
yeah,
most
go ahead.
popular, like I feel like you can place it to is what are they freaking called? It's the two people.
100 Gex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of 100
Oh.
Gex?
Oh my gosh.
They pioneered.
Dude, I watched their Boiler Room set the other day, and it was freaking crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think
stuff.
weird is the word that I would use
Yeah.
in a good way.
It's
Yeah.
very weird.
They were literally like, have you ever watched their Boiler Room set?
No.
They literally were like, hey guys, we're pretty bad at this. Just want to let y'all know. Like, if we mess up, I'm sorry. And then they just like started, and it was like literally, like they would like sample some weird stuff, and then it was just like 190 BPM. Like,
Yeah,
it was
I
just
believe that.
crazy.
Yeah, hyperpop. They've been the pioneers of like pushing it into the mainstream or like having it be something that people maybe would talk about, and then other artists have kind of adopted or moved towards it. Like
Yeah.
Charlie XCX, even with who's obviously on top of the world. Like I'd say she dabbles in hyperpop.
Yeah, she's definitely getting weird into that, like kind of unnatural,
Unconventional.
unconventional is a good way. Yeah,
But ultimately, it's one of those terms like indie rock that it's like you can kind of just throw it on anything that's
Right.
upbeat or you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
But I love a lot of experimental stuff that kind of moves.
yeah,
Takes hyperpop and kind of blends it more with hip hop and with more like that kind of style.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about, like Blade and Drain Gang, that's kind of something that combines those. It's ethereal. It's very like I don't really know how to explain it. it's its own. It creates its own world. It's very fresh though too. It feels very.
that's cool.
It feels new.
Do you think being in Nashville, like, I'm so curious about this because as like you are an indie artist, right? Like you don't have a label. Or
No label, no management, no middlemen.
So in that world, in Nashville, I feel like back, maybe like I'll say pre TikTok, there was like kind of this renaissance of a ton of small indie artists in Nashville.
Yes.
And you were a little bit of a part of that because like back in like late 2000, like 15, 16, 17, 18 years, like, but nowadays I feel like there's this like resurgence. Obviously through TikTok, people really sell choruses. They don't even really sell songs or albums or anything like that. And then also the Taylor Swift mentality of like, oh, you don't like Taylor Swift, you're pretentious, has kind of like put a death on a lot of things too. So what has that been like being in a music city? Because like we obviously like we experienced it just in like a more like probably a much more smaller way, being in just like a normal city that's not known for music at all. But being like in the middle of Nashville as a small artist, what has that been like?
Man, that's a great question. It has changed so much. And yeah, I definitely, because I was leaving high school and getting into college during that 2015 to 2020.
Yeah.
And that's when I was throwing Freeze Fest every year. I was throwing my Space Prom, and I was like playing, 120 shows a year, but a lot of them were in Nashville. It slowly over time became a touring artist, once I built up my connections. But, 2016, 2017, I'm playing in town like crazy, throwing shows at every venue and throwing festivals, throwing Halloween parties, and I mean that was definitely a really, really sick time. And I don't, it's hard to tell what you just look back on what was just for me personally, being like 18, but
Sure.
I do think that there was a really cool energy back then. There was a lot of house venues in town as well before it just became outrageously expensive to live in Nashville. And they literally tore down all the house venues and made them condos. I mean, that's just like, it's like as tangibly real as like you can imagine. Like the coffee shop right next to my house, Portland Brew, just closed, and they're going to open up like a Luke Bryan like clothing store. It's just like, it's like,
that sounds like a stand-up bit.
Probably killed.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Part. And I don't really know what to make of it all. Maybe I'll have to like, what do they say, like Monday morning quarterback or whatever it's called. Like, I guess I'll have to look at it later and try to figure out what's happening now, because it's just so confusing.
Yeah.
With TikTok and stuff. Like, I post a TikTok every day. I put out a song every week right now. Trying to understand how the waves work. But for me, I feel like as an artist, like I'm inspired by artists that have longevity. So I'm down to switch it up, down to, keep moving. I'm like, if this is what we got to do now, all right, that's fine. But it's just interesting. Yeah. I don't know.
It's so freaking insane to me. Yeah, I feel like whenever I was in high school, I graduated high school in 2016. And whenever I was in high school, it was like the very early beginnings. Like I remember my buddy figuring out who Laney was.
Right.
And I feel like Laney, Colony House, Jude and Lion, Coin, and like Coin, Bang Camino for sure. Like, but Coin tonight specifically, I think about that. I think
Let's
about them.
go tonight.
Let's freaking
Are we
go,
going?
baby. Oh, 100%.
Let's go. I'll find a way in. You don't have to get me in. I
find a
guess
way
you can.
Coin, they toured with somebody that was like freaking huge, like right off the bat, and that's what made him big. It was like some old, it was like somebody from the Phoenix Two Door Cinema Club era.
Yeah.
And they toured with them.
Interesting.
And they dropped out of Belmont because they got that gig, and they were like, we've made it. And then they legitimately did it.
Yeah.
People get that one opening slot and are like, I'm dropping out.
Like,
and then they're freaked.
Totally.
Maybe I'm just freaking crazy.
They go play the Tin Roof Bar and they're like, I'm full time.
I'm
music.
there.
Yep.
Like, I know people that go from
Don't out me, man. Don't out me like that.
Yeah, let us say.
You think like Slunge, Tribble, and Dayglow. He went from nothing to like hyper, probably freaking like millionaire label. But I don't know anybody who like slowly did the climb like an artist anymore.
I mean, like I can definitely place like maybe they did have something big that hit it, but Hippocampus is from Minnesota, so they don't really have the like southeast vibe.
Yeah.
But like, I mean they hit their 10-year anniversary on Bashful Creatures like a year ago. Like that record came out 10 years ago. Yeah. And they're still, I mean, they're selling out like
they're
Iron
surely
City.
Full time though.
Yeah,
like
100%.
They're on a label.
I mean, they're full time. They're on a label, but like it was definitely like even at Landmark, they were like selling out the 40 watt.
Yeah,
which is like
no, I'm talking
sick,
about
but
like
that venue's small.
Do you know of any artists since
still
2020 that have done like a slow?
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd say a lot of my friends who have gotten big have been because of TikTok, and maybe they were doing music for like a decade before that.
Yeah.
Like my buddy Ricky Montgomery, his music from like 2016 all of a sudden just like blew up, and he was like, "Oh,
it's a Nashville guy."
Right. He does not live in Nashville. I think he lives in LA.
Okay,
but,
gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Do you know Eden?
Eden Joel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to drum for me.
Okay, yeah, dude. Eden, me, him, and a friend that from high school who goes to Lipscomb now were in Nashville, and we saw your van. This was like years ago, but we saw your van. He was like, "That's Freeze's van."
Let's go.
And I knew you because when I started playing with Zion, like they had like said that they played a show with you a while back, and
in
also
Cookville,
I forget his name, but Ellie Holcomb played a show on campus at Sanford, and her bassist, I cannot remember his name.
Grant Parker.
Yeah, that was it. Grant was playing for her, and I mentioned Zion, and he was like, "No way." Was he playing bass for you at that show?
Grant?
Yeah.
He's played for me a lot.
Okay.
Actually, we just did. This is very exclusive info, but we just did a bunch of recordings together, and he's playing some pedal steel guitar.
No way.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
That's sick.
The
only pedal steel player I know is named Pistol.
Pistol.
He plays for Faye Webster and Lighthearted and all this.
Faye Webster and
Lighthearted. Yeah.
They're sick, man.
We saw Faye Webster. He's actually seen her twice in the past year. I saw her in Birmingham, and it was when it was like in March, and I genuinely think she might be like top 3.
I think
best
she's my
live
favorite
shows I've ever
artist.
seen.
I
Yeah.
think she's my favorite artist. I mean, after
Wow.
seeing like Alice Phoebe and
Claro.
that was sick. But Faye is just there's something special there. I don't know what it is. Also, she really is into yo-yoing. And I think that's pretty cool.
It's crazy.
That is cool.
I think that the
That
fact
is
that
cool.
like there's this one band called Loving that I deeply enjoy.
Cool.
They kind of make like
I've
Americana
heard of that, yeah.
more contemplative, I guess, explorative, like indie. And anyways, that guy was the guitarist the other night for Alice Phoebe Lou. And Alice Phoebe Lou's already like kind of a trance music kind of girl. And anyways,
Yeah.
he was playing the bottle a lot on
No
his
way.
guitar. And it
Oh,
was
like slide?
Yes.
Cool.
And it was just like freaking. It was like
I thought you meant playing the jug. Like,
no.
he's like all night. He's just playing that. Man,
He was
it's
playing
crazy.
like a he's playing
slide, like
slide guitar. Yeah, but he's playing it with a glass slide, not a metal slide.
That's
so
cool.
That's a good.
But,
that's a
um,
good sound.
The beer bottles
Yeah.
kind of vibe.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Freeze, I'm
Freaking
curious.
good.
I've had this thought recently about my music taste, and I'm curious if it lands for you as
Please.
well. But I think as I like learn more and more about music and what I like and like niching down what I enjoy, I think I like weirdly more and more enjoy the music that my friends make over
yeah.
like whatever else. Like
Right.
just like I don't know if there's some sort of like personality that I can place with it, but like do you find yourself enjoying stuff that like people you know or like people in your community like more so than not?
I go back and forth with that. I really like supporting my friends, and I like listening to their music, and it's very special to me. But a lot of times the music I feel like as an artist, I feel like I'm always exploring. For better or for worse, it's music that no one else that I know even likes. It can be
Yeah.
pretty isolating.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I love supporting my friends, yeah. And I think that is like a cool way to do it. I love when I meet people who are like, yeah, pretty much just listen to the homies. It's like,
Yeah.
what a cool
Yeah.
way to be. Like,
kinda awesome.
support your friends. And, you know, our friends, like, I'm sure y'all feel the same way. It's like, they make great music. It's not
Yeah.
like I'm like, well, it's not
Yeah.
quite as good. It's like, man.
I'll support it because they're my friend. It's
amazing.
like I'm supporting it because it's dope, and
Yeah.
also like I know them.
Right, and the industry is so messed up to where it's like your friends could legitimately just be making better music than the stuff on the playlist. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
this is just great.
Oh, dude, I'm actually so curious at what your thoughts are on Spotify playlists.
Like playlisting, just that whole culture.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I hate it.
So I mean,
As
there's
a guy
different-
who's not playlisted.
yeah, right, exactly. Wisteria, it's my one song that's got Discover Weekly for like years now. Every whatever day it gets hit by the algorithm and like 1,000 more people hear it, which is
The
awesome.
algorithm angels just sprinkle
Yeah.
some dust on there.
Yeah, so I mean that's been super helpful to me, but I don't know. I mean there's the curated playlists and then there's the algorithmic playlists. I don't really trust algorithmic playlists because I feel like I don't really trust curated playlists either, you know, like the ones that are made by Spotify or people who work for Spotify because you know, I feel like it's just going to keep getting more and more corporate until something shifts again, you know, like I think it used
You've never
to-
had a song on Rap Caviar?
Not yet. I feel like that would be great. I feel like I think back when it first started, it was a little bit more organic and authentic, and then it's just slowly.
I remember in like 2014, I'd find a playlist that had like 6,000 followers, and first of all, that was an insane number, and two, it was fire.
Yeah.
It was like 2004 rock music, whatever. It had this stupid name.
Right? Yeah, totally.
I'll keep it super vague because I don't want to like out this guy, but
Oh,
I have a friend who just put out a song, and the song is fine. I don't really have any positive nor negative opinion on it, but he like he was at like 21 no songs or like one song, 21 monthly listeners, like nothing going on Spotify. Put this song out.
You talking about my brother?
No, and then it has like 1,800 monthly listeners, 11,000 streams in the first week on the song, and we were like,
bots.
what
Right?
in the world? He paid.
Yeah,
He paid for 10,000
interesting.
streams. This first 10K are just there.
Wait,
Crazy.
you can do that?
It's like he like there's a lady that
Now I wonder how much that costs because I'm open to this.
he paid
I'm open to this.
He's like, maybe I could flip a couple burgers if
Yeah,
it.
he paid $250.
Yeah, who cares?
Paid
you know?
$250 for 10,000 streams.
Interesting. That's kind of a lot of money.
That's a lot of money for stuff that's just not. I mean, it does make you look better. It makes you look like if you have nothing going on, it makes you look better.
Definitely seems like something Sam Peacock would do. My brother.
I should send it as
How
well.
many things can you buy? Because you can buy Instagram followers too. It's like at a certain point, like all of the.
Can you just fake it all?
Yeah, can you just fake it all? Yeah,
I think so.
That's my question.
I've more and more I've stopped looking at monthly listeners to determine like how popular someone is.
Right.
Honestly,
Because like Avid Brothers, to go back to them, like probably 2 million monthly listeners or something. They're selling out arenas.
Yeah,
like
totally.
it's like it doesn't correlate at all. It's
That's
so
absolutely
fascinating.
true. Yeah.
That's something super interesting too. Like I heard the other day that I was trying to explain this to my cousins who live in Nashville. I was trying to explain to them the same idea that we're talking about with music right now. But I was streaming and TikTok and Instagram has just kind of like ruined a lot of things about music, and they had no idea what I was talking about. But you know, they don't.
Stupid.
Yeah,
They need to get educated.
I know, dude.
These are the-
Freaking
the-
old heads.
I don't wanna say their
I love
names.
Charles and Beth so much. It was super interesting talking
Compliment sandwich.
about it. But no, like there's a guy here in Birmingham who books shows, and he'll like book a show for somebody who has like 1 million monthly listeners or something, and he'll book a show for him, and 3 people buy a ticket. Man, like it's like it. I don't understand.
Doesn't make any
it.
sense, dude.
I don't understand like how do you even make a fan? And then the other day I was listening to do you know the band Dive, DIIV? They're like
For sure. Yeah.
So Dive, I was listening to them on a podcast, and the guy was like part of New York's old like 2014, whatever you want to call that, like new wave surf rock scene or whatever, with Dive and Beach Fossils and all those guys. And they were all talking about how like Brooklyn is dead. It's kind of the premise of the podcast.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere, and everybody just kind of like left and sort of is like in Nashville and Los Angeles now, and they don't like he was just talking about how there's not really like scenes, and he was talking about how there was several venues in Brooklyn, and they said they played 5 last night shows for venues in Brooklyn where they would play the show. The last night the venue was open, they would close, and then like you're saying, a condo would open up.
Yeah.
And they were like, after the 5th one, they were like, I feel like it's just kind of done. And ever since then, they've really, really struggled making music. And I don't know about y'all, but like whenever I think their first 2 albums are like unfreaking believably good.
Dive.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And
Right.
yeah, so it's just like, I think it's super interesting. But you were talking about how back in 15, 16, you had that experience where you were like, Halloween show tonight, house show over here, house show over there.
Yeah.
Like Nashville definitely has like a music scene. Would you say that that's still like could you do that in Nashville still, and you just choose not to, or what do you think that's like?
That is a great question. I stopped playing ticketed shows in Nashville like 3 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I played a show at Exit Inn, and I promoted it really well, and I had 3 really good other bands on the bill, like stacked out as my album release show. I'd been on a 2-month-long tour. I was like, I'm coming home to Nashville. Like, let's do this. And I think we had like 300 people show up, which is a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's really good. But I really thought it was going to sell out. And I don't know, something that night just kind of flipped in my brain. I was like, man, this town is impossible. You can promote a show like crazy, and just you have no idea. 'Cause you compete with so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I pretty much just do like open like free festivals and stuff. I'll play like Musicians Corner. It's like a free festival at Centennial Park, or Live on the Green. Play that downtown with Coin, actually.
Yeah.
Shout out. And
That's sick.
just stuff like that. I played the Tomato Art Fest back in August, and it was just a free festival, and that kind of stuff is so much fun.
So cool.
But yeah, it's a hard place to get people to come out and can really slug it out.
I was wondering about being in a city where there are so many big names in the industry that you are trying to find success in.
Right.
One thing we kind of wrestle with is having like a pure heart with inviting guests on. So it's like you're obviously have a much bigger name and presence on social media than we do. So it's like we'd love to have you on for now. We'd love to have you on, and seems like you're a cool guy, and so far we're having a great time,
Yeah.
But then there's this element of like, well, if we're doing this for the wrong reasons, we might just be trying to like steal some clout away from him or from Zion or like from some other person around.
Right.
And it's like we don't ever want to do that, have you on or anyone else on with that intention.
Right.
But there is that like in the back of your head where it's like,
Ooh,
well,
can we get a
maybe if
big
we
name?
if
Yeah.
we got him to do a collab post, we could get some more followers at it. What is that experience like for you in Nashville?
That's a great question. I'm always trying to, I feel the same way as you when I turn around. You know, I do my space prom every year, and I have all these special guests come, and you know, like
I would love to hear like the theology of space prom too.
What is it?
What is it? Why
Yeah.
is it? How did you start that? Because I love when artists have like a thing.
Yeah.
And like that, I love that. So I would love to know more about it.
Well, when it started back in like 2018, you know, I was still in school, and I had this thing called the Big Scary. That was my like annual Halloween fest. I threw Freeze Fest. So I'd throw these big, you know, like marketed events. And I had this idea to do, a prom that was like basically everyone was going to do covers from different decades and kind of like themed like disco mixed with like outer space, like retrofuturism. And I threw it at this Chinese restaurant in town called Lucky Bamboo. And it was
that sounds gas. I don't know what that is. But that sounds
it's
good.
just like a big like Asian restaurant with like koi fish and all that. And then like in the back there's like an old wooden stage thing where you can like dance hall kind of vibe.
That's
probably
awesome.
hold like 100, 200 people. And we had over 500 people show up.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
for me,
sick.
I had never done anything like that. Like that was probably as close as I've ever had to like a viral moment, or like one moment that felt like an influx of something happening.
Yeah.
It was that night. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy how many people came to this. And then we kind of slowly switched into just being like me with a house band. So I have like a 10-piece band. And I'm the
Wow.
host, and we cover like 30 different songs now from the 70s to 80s
Wow.
disco era. And I'll bring up special guests, and that is my one time where I'm reaching out to people with a little bit of a bigger, or a lot of a bigger following than me.
Yeah.
You know, people like Jordy, people like, you know, Coin. We've never got Coin, but we've gotten close. I know those guys like 80s music. I think it's gonna work out one of these years.
Dude, that'd be sick.
If it does, that'd be sick.
I know that they like the Cars. So I'm always like, any Cars song you want, we'll learn it.
Yeah.
You let us know,
Yeah.
man. But like last year we had Greta Van Fleet, you know, Steven
sick.
Sanchez.
That's crazy.
Annie DeRusso, Brista Maroney, all sorts of
Annie,
people.
let's go.
Yeah.
I
Annie's
saw
amazing.
Watson at the Watson Mac at the Claro show.
Oh,
he plays
cool.
for Steven.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're like 1 degree
Yeah.
away. I'm not going to be like, Watson, because he has no idea who I am.
Right.
But I'm like,
You should have said,
hey.
hey. Yeah, that's
I
cool.
should have dapped him up.
Everyone in
Is that
Nashville
not the guy
so
that you pulled
chill.
off the side to talk to whenever we left the merch line?
No, that's a guy named Kaysen he's from here.
Oh, really? Cool.
Kaysen.
That Claro, longest merch line I've ever seen in my
Really?
entire life. It was crazy.
That makes sense.
Dang, man. That's
The
great.
the Claro merch is all clout. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
they had the
Ugh.
that graphic designer did somebody else that was like super cool. I know he did Tori Ma's last album, but they did something else.
Did you
too
listen to that?
crazy.
With the
Sorry,
stars?
sorry, not the country album.
No, I know the newest one with the stars.
No,
he has a record out,
I was
like,
talking
2
about
months ago.
Mahal, Mahal,
Oh, yeah,
is what he
yeah,
did.
yeah.
But anyways, sorry.
I have not listened to them. I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
I need to.
Cool music.
My sister was playing it to me for it. My
I
sister was
would-
showing me him or them, or who, is it a band? I don't
It's
know.
a
what
guy. I think I don't know if he
Chaz Bunwick is his name, but
Yeah.
he has like 12 acts, but this is
We were
Tori
listening to
Ma's
that on the
most-
way to the Grizzlies Lakers game that I went to 2 days ago.
Oh, let's go.
Yep.
That's sick.
Went
Dude,
to
apparently
Memphis.
that game was crazy. The
It was
LeBron
crazy.
Where
and
was
him
it?
like,
LeBron and
John
Morant.
Morant,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was in Memphis.
Dude, Pat Edens was at that game.
No.
That's right.
Who's that?
Our friend's
My best
dad.
friend Sam's dad.
Man.
Y'all could have hung out.
You didn't see him?
That's gonna
Dude.
be on this.
I was wearing Vols orange because I wanted to go see Dalton Connect. He's played for the Vols and
Oh, yeah.
Does he play for the Lakers now?
plays for the Lakers. 17th
wow.
draft pick. Underrated. People thought he was going to go earlier. He's been doing really well.
Let's freaking go.
Good
That
luck.
guy's freaking good.
But yeah, Ja scored thing, like did the too small thing.
Yeah.
And then LeBron went up against him 1v1 and then like just totally annihilated him and scored. Ja Morant tried to fake the foul, landed on the floor. LeBron just looked over him, did the too small. It was
Oh,
epic.
my
The place just went crazy.
Destroyed.
Boo! People were booing like crazy. It was awesome.
That's sick.
I
like-
kind of love it because that at least means that like he cares about John Morant. You know,
Yeah,
like he
totally.
wanted to like. I don't know.
That's funny. Myers' question was really, really good, and I do want to hear the answer to it. The like, how do you try to collab vibe?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, So my perspective on that is I always try to give more than I receive. So, you know, in any relationship that I'm a part of, especially if it's something like that, how do I put myself in a position where when they think about me, when they talk to me, they feel like, oh, this is something that's life-giving, not taking. And I think it's so easy for young artists to be like, yo, and, you know, there's nothing wrong. Like, if someone DM me and they're like, yo, if you ever need an opener, like, hit me up. I'm not like, come on. Like, that's cool. Like, they're eager. I love that. And I get a lot of messages like that. But at the same time, if they are like, yo, if you ever need someone to hang up posters for your next show, like, I'd love to help you. Like, if they're like, I'm not saying they should just do free labor for me, but I just mean they put themselves in a position where they're like, or maybe they're showing up to my shows. Like, there are people who I've literally seen on the front row, and sometimes I'll have a night where I'm like, man, there's not a lot of people here. It's like, oh, they're here. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go like, yo, how are you? Thank you so much for coming. You know, and then like in the future, I'm like, I want to like help you. You know, because you've helped me, and it's just just thinking about it organically, like, you know, I feel like it's really helpful.
I think that a lot of it is like you just have to show up. You have to be there. Like the other day, we went to do this thing called it's called a Mad Scramble. There's this guy in Austin that is like used to be a famous LA guy, but he started this golf company during COVID. And anyways, it's like
Macklemore.
No, I wish that'd be sick. No, this guy's name is Eric Anders Lang. His company is Random Golf Club, and
cool.
Anyways, he has a huge YouTube following. Just a huge following in general.
And you rock with him for sure.
And I'm a big fan. And anyways, we went to
He's met him. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we met him one time. Big deal.
Did you get a picture?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, he's a listener.
I went to anyways, I went to their event in Birmingham, and I just like hung out with a dude who's like running it. It's this South African guy named Charles. Not Charles, just Charles.
Charles.
That's sick.
And anyways, Charles was running it. He's a really cool guy. And I was like, dude, like, how did you get connected with him? And because I thought that they like hired him out because this guy was just like running. He's a higher energy guy, but he's like on staff with like specifically Random Golf Club. And anyways, I was asking him how he got involved, and he was like, he had met him in Florida. He had met the main guy in Florida, Eric, and then whenever he went there, and then he moved out to Austin with his girlfriend. And then he was hanging out, and he like hit up Eric and was like, "Yo, I need somebody to play golf with." And he was like, I don't have time to play golf, but like pull up by the shop." Because at the time, Charles was like a small tour like professional golfer.
Cool, yeah.
And so, anyways, but he wasn't anybody. And Charles went to the shop, and then he was like, just hung out with them, helped them get ready for their first tour they were going to go on to like essentially like do a fan tour. Think like he's more TikTok YouTuber tour than he is like than anything else.
Right.
And Charles was like, yo, like, you care if I come? Because it was like just a few dates.
Right.
And they were like, I mean, for sure, like, come. And like, he wasn't getting paid or anything. So he just got on. And then 3 days into the tour, Charles was like packing T-shirts, selling merch, just like ready to help in every way at every single stop.
Yeah.
And then Eric would Charles told me that Eric pulled him off to the side and was like, yo, Charles, like what the F, man? Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, why are you? And he's like, I want to be like, I'm ready to help. Like, I'll do whatever you want.
Totally.
I just need a job. And he was like, I want you to work for me. And that was literally how he got the job. Was he just like dropped everything, and for like 3 days, like gave everything he had to, and like was in a huge inconvenience to his life, was a huge convenience to the person he wanted to be on like the same team with.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was like recognized.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that is super interesting talking to artists in Birmingham about, because there's like just in general, like there's like people aren't getting paid to put out art in Birmingham, or at least it's very rare when they do.
Right.
Whereas if you're in a place like Nashville, I feel like you can just like be around, and you can literally pay rent because of that same principle.
Yeah, you know? For sure. That's a really cool story. Yeah, I think that's like a great anecdote, and I think that, I mean, most of my team is built off of people who show me generosity and help me. And again, not because I want to take advantage of them, but just because I see that they care about me. And it means so much. When somebody's willing to give, you want to give back to them. And so it's mutual. Then I turn around and I'm like, well, you know, I want to pay you as much as I can. I want to take good care of you. Yeah. And yeah, that's how we roll. I definitely believe in that. And I think that that's the hard thing even with Space Prom. A lot of times I'm very sweet with the DMs. So it's like, yo, if you want this, you know, like I'm not going to like pressure anyone, because I'm like, I don't know that this is this a gift for you? And I hope that they think it is, because I put in a lot of work into it and make it really special. Yeah. And know that when they show up, they're going they're gonna feel grateful. Like, wow, Freeze built this thing, and this is with his team, and this is really cool that I'm a part of it. But they don't know about it yet, so I have to, find a way to make sure that they can feel that and feel that I'm trying to take care of them and help them out, and not just take advantage of them.
Yeah. Whenever I see the coin guys tonight, I'm definitely gonna be like, yo, you should definitely play Space Prom.
Yeah, be like, dude, I know y'all like the cars, man. Like, let's get this going. Like,
have y'all ever done the you put a text on your phone and hold it up for them to see?
I have done that. Yeah,
I've done that to a bunch of people, and so at one time I can't remember who it was. It must have been one of these bands we're talking about, Coin or something.
Yeah.
And I held it up, and the dude squinted to try and read it and couldn't make out what it was saying. He was like, sorry.
Wasn't big enough.
Literally 15 seconds into our set at Saturn last week, that girl held up Fiend ?
Oh my goodness. Yes, that happened to me on my last
and
tour.
John was pointed at me to look at it, and I looked at it, and I was like, so
night.
It didn't even make me laugh. It's just so
did you see
dumb.
that Sabrina Carpenter performed Fiend at one of her shows?
What?
People,
Are you serious?
It could have been fake.
It's
but
probably there's no shot that's not AI, dude.
It was
No, I saw
some
that as
video.
well, yeah.
It was some video where people were saying that they were doing the same thing to her. They were showing her
And she
Fiend on their
did it?
phones, and she was like, "What do y'all want me to do?" And people were telling her to play Fiend. And then there was a clip later that she was performing Fiend.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Searcy, Arkansas at Harding University.
Dude, I've been there before.
CSC school.
Went on a first date there.
Oh,
of course you did.
Wait, pause
Not
on
with
my
my
story.
wife.
So, yeah,
Not his wife.
where did y'all go?
There was a coffee shop there.
Midnight Oil?
Sure, yeah.
That's where I
And
played.
then there's a
No way.
little street that has murals on it.
Yep. Art Alley. Yeah.
Art Alley. And those are the only two things I remember.
So that
It's
was
crazy. You guys both know this random spot in Arkansas.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Coffee shop was pretty cool. It's like an old little
Kibo's
house.
Midnight Oil. Yes, in an
Yeah.
old house. Yeah, that's where I played actually.
Searcy,
Yeah.
Arkansas. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I've played there the last 8 years in a row.
Do you want to
Yeah.
know something very interesting that I learned this past week?
Please
Very
tell me
randomly.
now,
Harding
please.
is the #1 Division III football team in the country.
Dude, yes. I knew that they were really good. And I've always wondered. I thought it was like, are they? There's no way even D2. That makes sense if it's D3. Okay,
Yeah, it's
cool.
a tiny school.
Yeah, because they take it really seriously. I know that they're consider themselves to be dominating. So that doesn't
Wow.
surprise me that it's D3.
That's crazy. Anyways,
Sorry,
you were playing a
BSC.
show. What's
I was playing a show and I got asked to do Fiend. Luckily, with that one, you can kind of just say Fiend over and over.
Yeah,
and
it's they did
so I
it.
kind of pulled that off. Just put on my autotune. I was like Fiend, and then they were
Yeah.
like, "Let's go!" And I was like, "All right." And then they asked for Hot to Go, and we tried doing that as well. That was a little bit harder because it has chords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Fiend, you can just kind of make it happen.
The other day I was watching. I've seen the video of Travis Scott playing it in Paris, and it's insane.
Yeah.
But listening to it at I was watching South Carolina's football game this past Saturday, and they played it after this big good play,
yeah.
and it was this is just a bunch of white frat kids screaming. It just felt weird.
Who were they playing?
They beat them. It was Texas A&M.
Yep.
Giga Maggie.
Like that.
Yeah, but
Okay, Freeze. Have you ever seen Nardwar on YouTube?
Yes, of course they have.
Okay.
Nardwar, he
Yeah.
says, I have a gift for you.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about
Yes, exactly.
Avondale Brewing?
Yes. I wanted to try and come up with any kind of Nardwar questions I could come up with for you, and the best that I got was,
Please.
tell me about Fetty Wap.
Oh, yes. Fetty Flop. This was a show I played back in 2021. I got asked to play in University of North Georgia in Dahlonega. And it was...
We played in Dahlonega 3 years in a row, man.
With
At,
what band?
With Zion.
With Zion? No way.
Wait, what is that place called? Canopy in the Roots.
Yep.
Yep, I
That
know about
spot's
that spot. Jordy's played there. I feel like the Arcadian Wilds played there. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm always hearing about that spot. Yeah, I got us to play the university for, and it was just me and Fetty Wap. And I was stoked about it. I was like, this is sick. So well, first off, I got us to do that show. I was like, heck yeah, this is going to be sick. I showed up. I actually had to fly into it because I was on a different tour.
Fetty Flop?
Well, they called it Fetty Flop because he never showed up.
I've heard they do that.
So they get
Rappers.
up on stage. Yeah, they get up on stage and they're like, so Fetty Wap's not going to be here tonight. Everyone's like, boo. And
You're like, I'm here.
they're like, but the opener, Nordista Freeze, is going to play an extra long set for you guys. And then everybody was like, boo.
Yeah.
And then I got up there and I think the crowd went from literally, I want to say 1,000, 2,000, like an arena full of people.
Yeah,
a small
big number.
college basketball
Jeez.
stadium, arena, whatever you call it. And then it went to like maybe 200 people. Wow. But you know, like they ate it up. Like
Also,
I
200
brought the
people,
heat.
not a bad set.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
I go really hard, so I definitely earned, I think, a lot of respect from them. But
Yeah.
That's huge.
but
That's
then
insane.
Prior to that, a year or two before that, I was supposed to open for Soulja Boy.
Come on.
Wow.
And
No
the
way.
night before the show, he went to jail. And it got
What is
canceled.
this Freeze rapper combo?
So this,
Yeah.
this is what's
This
interesting.
is a
I'm not
you're
sure.
doing the college show circuit.
The only rapper that I've like successfully performed with is that guy. Do you guys know No Big Deal?
Yep.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
a Christian rapper.
The
Right?
Yeah.
Christian rapper. He opened for me.
No way.
In like-
That's crazy.
In like 2017.
Yeah.
Um,
I loved him in
So-
high school.
Have you played with Big X the Plug?
I've never played with Big X the Plug. That sounds cool.
I love him.
I played with her, like HER. You know who that
Really?
is? Yeah.
No way.
That's insane.
That's sick.
I've played with some weird people, man, over the years. One day I will tell all my secrets. But
Yeah.
Yeah, colleges tend to do that. John guitar teched a show in Virginia. I can't remember. What's the college in Virginia? It's like a name.
Virginia Tech.
John Hopkins? Is that in Virginia?
William and Mary
Yeah,
and
John Hopkins.
I think are both there.
Yeah. It was Coin and Rick Ross.
Holy
Yep.
moly.
Yep.
And Rick Ross played for 15 minutes.
Yep.
And 5 minutes of his set was promoting his Wingstop deal.
Yeah.
No way. And then what, he just left?
He did like his verse on Devil in a New Dress, his verse on You Only Live Twice, the Drake song, and then like one of his songs, and then he left.
Why?
I don't know.
Whatever-
Coin set was like
I
their
don't get
whole
that at all.
live show. Coin set was like an hour, and they played first. I feel like Coin is cool enough. You don't have to get. They probably paid 200, 300 grand for Rick Ross. It's
Yeah.
like, why are
Oh
you
my
doing that?
goodness.
Yeah,
yes.
there was a.
So that's how I felt about the Soulja Boy thing, because they wouldn't pay me to do that show, and I was like, "Yo,
What?
he's not playing. Just give me 1% of what
Yeah.
you're gonna give him.
Literally.
And
Yeah.
I will take that happily." You know?
Yeah, whenever I was whenever I was at Sanford, I was student activities council director. So, particularly like Stephen Day, Jordy Searcy,
Massive flex.
Like,
Yes.
I was also the director, but it was for the music portion, and it was during COVID, so I got this many artists to come
Wow.
because it was COVID.
Do you know
Man.
something crazy? Speaking of
Pathetic.
back in the day, whenever Harry's Coffee House, so Harry's is like our little venue that we have on campus, and we used to have this
At
concert
Sanford?
series.
Yeah.
Well, curious. None of y'all ever reached out to me.
Well,
Dude,
if I
honestly,
didn't know
COVID.
who you
I'm
were-
during
still
COVID.
there.
Oh.
So I would actually,
All right.
let's chat.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Let's chat after this.
I'm free tomorrow.
they
Keep the
literally-
tour. If you can give me a ride, like I'll be there. I'll be there.
We've
Play
had
the guitar.
Zion, Lighthearted, Carver Commodore. You ever played with them? Carver?
I
Oh, you
just
played
played-
their thing in Florence.
Yeah, on
Oh, dude,
the
that's
26th, I played at their festival. They had me play right before them in Florence, and it was awesome.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, they have a big following in Florence.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
they're
where
like
they're
UNA
from.
guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a big following there, and
The-
they deserve it, man. They are so
Their set
stupid
is
good.
They're awesome.
I mean, they're unreal,
Dude,
bro.
they opened for me for like 5 dates a couple years ago, and it was a disaster for me. I was like, switch this now. Like, I'm the opener.
Yeah.
Please do not make me
Dude,
go.
they're so good.
The-
Zion played some dates with them years
The
ago.
guitarist,
cool.
I think is, I forget which piece he is, but he married one of my best friends from high school.
There's Philip, Noah,
Noah Freeman? No.
Nope.
Oh, Clayton.
Philip
Yes,
Levins.
Clayton.
Oh, Clayton.
Clayton
That dude's
married
sick.
Izzy.
Yeah.
Izzy,
Cute.
me and her and her former boyfriend were like a trio in high school.
Oh.
Yep, there we go.
What was
Anyway,
I
I
just
just think
talking
that's
about
funny.
whenever that
So I started calling my
You were
Carver
talking about
Commodore, sorry.
SAC and
Oh,
Harry's.
yes.
Harry's.
And every single year we would go to this conference that was like a student activities conference, and it was at the Cobb County something. It was
Yep.
like the big conference center across from
In
the Braves
Alabama?
Stadium. No, it was in
Atlanta?
Atlanta. And all these
Atlanta.
schools all over the country would go, and literally it was like so weird. They would
DACA?
play. Yes. Have you
Yeah.
ever gone to? Have you ever?
No, I've never gotten into this. I know it's like a circuit that a lot of or some
That's why I
bands
was
try.
curious, because you like these names like Soulja Boy, Fetty Wap they're like the notoriously the bad college rappers, and there's a thing where you have to play or you have to pay like a forward to get to even have
It's
a
like
contract
half.
with them.
Yeah.
No, it was way less.
Oh.
It was like, but every
So
single
that's
time.
why they take it and they just
So
don't
it's like
play.
$100,000 for and if they show up, it's $1 million. That was what it was.
Oh.
But there was one time I remember it was like funny during this like what not to do for, and it was like crazy because we were here at Sanford. Our budget was like, I think our
20
budget
grand
is like
for the year or something.
well, I think our budget's 150 grand for the year. But
Your
then
school,
we
your
were
city
with
takes
I
that.
could
Florida
work with that,
Atlantic.
by the way. I could work with that. I mean, talk to me afterwards.
we can
make
work
something
within
happen.
that.
Yeah.
But like Florida Atlantic, Florida International, and like NC State, like all these like big schools that aren't like,
much money.
and they were like, yeah, definitely don't do a rapper. Like that was like all they said because they all had these horror stories.
Yeah,
it was like
right.
funny how there was
Wow.
whichever FIU or FAU, whichever one's in Atlanta, or sorry, whichever one's in Miami, they had a bad story about Future. No, it was what's the guy that's like oh my gosh, oh shoot, DJ Khaled, yeah, DJ Khaled posted a video in Miami the night that he didn't show up for his show at their university,
No way.
and they still had to pay him $250,000.
That's
Wow.
insane.
That's
Even though he
wild.
didn't show up, which
That
is just
seems
like,
like
crazy.
there would be a way to get out of that.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
a shame that they're just getting manipulated like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
it
yeah,
was
it's
funny,
crazy.
Like, at DACA, when we were walking around, I forgot what DACA stands for, but it's I don't know. But anyways, at DACA, Jordy Searcy was just in the lobby playing, like literally like a zoo exhibit playing, just
That's
to see
smart.
if any university would
Yeah.
like pick him up, and he got gigs off of it.
That is very.
I mean,
smart.
college gigs are just like guaranteed money. That's
Yeah.
been our best paying shows. Sorority gigs, Sanford, like we played. What school was that? Covenant in
In
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga,
Like, all of those
yeah.
are like our best paying gigs
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
because it's
that's where
like
the money
guaranteed
is.
money, and it's like a big company is paying you.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
university.
Basically, it's basically like working with a corporation, which is
Yeah.
the music industry. A lot of the way you make money these days is through some type of money that exists in a different industry.
Yeah.
and, trying to usurp that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
you just gotta get as much marketing budget dollars away from other organizations and into
Yeah.
your organization as
Yeah.
possible.
yeah,
you know?
totally. I should try that DACA thing though. That's cool.
Yeah, it was funny. There was a guy. What's the folk singer that came to Sigma Chi at Sanford?
Raylan Baxter.
Raylan Baxter came,
Yes.
and
Dude, his set was so cool.
so cool.
Yeah,
They paid
cool.
him
15.
so $15,000,
Yeah.
$15,000, and they needed to sell like so many tickets.
It was a charity event. He was playing their like philanthropy event. So he like
Oh,
they
no.
paid him 15 and they paid like for production and stage they paid like 8.
And there was no way they were gonna make it.
They're not making
They
back
thought
23
that
grand.
since they got Raylan Baxter, everybody would go, and like the same amount of people went as they would for anyone.
yeah.
Man.
So I don't know. I think they
I
made
opened
like,
it that set. That was
they
so
made
fun.
like
You opened?
$4,000
That was
or
so
something like
fun.
that. Maybe $4,000,
Yeah.
but anyways,
Oh.
Raylan Baxter came.
Ouch, man. That's,
Raylan was on one at that show.
Dude, you know who played at UAB this year? Freaking
T-Pain.
Yeah.
T-Pain played.
No
Dude, I
way.
bet he is so fun to work with. I bet he's
Yeah.
like not a jerk.
Yeah, he seems cool.
He seems super cool.
I saw him at Bonnaroo this
He
year.
actually
Oh,
showed
sick.
up. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was
Speaking
another thing we
of-
wanted to talk about. Was what was it like to play at like Bonnaroo is one of the biggest festivals in the world.
Yeah,
Like, what was it like playing Bonnaroo?
absolutely sick. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Did you
If
see
I- if I
Krungbin?
retire. I saw Krungbin. So I played 2 years ago and I went this year. So I saw Krungbin. But
Oh.
I played like I guess a year and a half ago now. And yeah, it was super sick. I mean, it was incredible. Yeah.
Is there
one
a
of the coolest
different
things
entrance for artists? I've always been curious about that.
Yes. Yes, there's different entrants. And honestly, like just having that artist pass for no other reason but to be able to go backstage and use a porta potty or get
Oh, yeah.
or get
Yeah.
a water bottle.
Yeah.
Having access to those two very basic human things that you need.
Yeah.
I don't know, like sound very privileged. Like I don't know how people do it without that because I went back this year and I made sure that I got a pass again. I was like, I will find a way to
Yeah.
because I just literally just want to drink water. Like
Yeah.
it's like crazy to me that you can't do that.
It's like if you had a music festival with good bathrooms and free water, you would then be the best music
Right.
festival on
Ever.
planet Earth.
Yeah.
But you would
Crazy,
make
dude.
Furnace Fest.
literally no money.
Yeah. Bonnaroo is a miserable place to be in a lot of ways. Like obviously I've been twice now. I enjoy it. It's also
Yeah.
been one of the coolest things I've done. I find it to be very fun, but good gosh, they couldn't just like help us out a little bit, man. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
at all. And
Yeah,
it's so
I-
hot.
Furnace Fest is like a hardcore festival they do in Birmingham every year.
Oh, really?
And it's stopped now, but it's super dope. But it's also the like most, because I think the community is like really cares for the festival, but like it is the like lowest security festival I've ever seen. There's no barriers, like stage and crowd, or there's kind of no like, there's no difference. Like anyone can get on stage anytime.
No way.
Like with the bands and stuff.
That sounds awesome.
I got an artist pass like super easy because my brother was like working backline, and I could just like stand on stage for all the bands, and I had no connection.
Is one of the promoters the barista at June Coffee?
Wait,
Cam,
is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. I just met a guy at June Coffee today, and he said I think he's a promoter for maybe hardcore.
Cam or Will?
Cam is a
really
which
nice
is
guy.
promoter. What Cam's a TM.
He TMs and like does a lot of photo and stuff for like teenage.
TM means tour manager. I didn't know what
That's
that meant.
correct,
Whenever for our listeners,
That's nice.
but I know that's
manager.
what he does. But I don't know if is that what you mean by promoter? Is this guy
Promoter's like a show buyer, so you like
This guy had like black hair, and he was wearing like a camo hat, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I just booked this band at Saturn."
Yeah,
that's Cam.
definitely. Yeah,
I didn't know he did.
Great
like,
guy.
I didn't know he
Great guy,
did shows
right?
in Birmingham. He's
also-
like goes on the road with Teenage Wrist and stuff.
I mean,
Cam
yeah,
is like
if
anti-Furnace
he's a
Fest.
problematic guy, we can just take all this out. But from my perspective, he
Cam's
seems like
dope.
a great guy.
No, he's
Seems like a
super
great
dope.
guy.
He's a musician himself. He's like super good.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude has literally toured all over the world too, and he loves Birmingham.
A couple
which
months
I
ago,
just love.
he got his like everything got stolen out of a van.
No.
He was touring.
Oh yeah.
His like
remember
laptop computer or like laptop camera.
I
like,
hate that,
everything.
man.
Have you ever had any experience with that? Like your van getting like broken into on tour?
Yeah, I've got my van broken into one time, but luckily we were in the venue playing, so all of our gear wasn't stolen. They did steal some personal items, like a camera and a laptop. And then I got my van busted into last month. Whoa, easy. Last month, and yeah, I haven't fixed my window because it's gonna cost $200 to $300. So
Dang.
yeah, but actually, I need to get that taken care of before it gets too cold. I forgot about that. I was like, oh, I guess I just never have a window. Like I thought about it because it rained a couple times and it dried up, and I was like, well, it doesn't smell moldy. Like maybe I'll just not have a window anymore.
Dude,
And
tape
then
in
it
a
got
trash
cold.
bag.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
but then you can't see. It feels like
And also when you drive, it's like
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm probably not going to do that. It's actually a terrible idea. But,
I think that this year's like length of hot has been too long.
pissing me off.
Too much length of hot.
yeah, definitely.
Another thing I want to talk about.
Yes,
now
keep
that we-
going.
More
This
topics.
is just tight 5.
You've toured in Europe. You're the only person I've ever talked to in my life that's toured in Europe, and I've
Let's
talked
go.
to a lot of musicians.
I know a lot of guys. Okay.
I
I know girls. I don't know.
Like
any
genuinely,
girls.
like, I mean, okay, so my
Do you guys have any single friends that you feel like I would be a good match with?
We could find somebody. Ella Walker.
Bleep. Ella Walker.
yeah,
Definitely not her.
Dude, Jody
my
Parker.
bad. My bad.
Gosh. Okay, so
these-
essentially
are
what
these-
just happened, inside joke, Ella and Jody, if y'all are listening, I love you so much. But Ella and Jody are two like female friends that are single, and every single time that a single guy comes up in conversation, they are always like the two first single
Ella-
girls that
Really?
show. Like,
well, it's just because they're
So I
gyms.
think
They sound
they're
like great
like-
women.
Ella is
Sound
my
like-
wife's best friend, so I think she's awesome. But
So you
she is
you
not-
like me?
What?
Do you think that I'd be a good fit?
No,
for this?
the funny thing is
double dates. Are you
the
thinking
funny
double
thing is
dates?
you're like artist, like big personality type guy. Her type is like finance bro, like
Yeah,
live in
right.
the bougie part of town. Like
yeah,
that's
he
her
can do
type.
that.
Dude, I
So-
think
I
if
Dude.
Sarah Gentry would be great.
That
That
is such a weird thing to say. His ex-girlfriend.
We can cut that out.
That's cool. No, I like this.
She's a chiller.
Okay,
She's
anyways,
awesome.
let's
If
move
you weren't in
on.
a relationship, I have maybe an ex that I
So
would.
the goal is to set Freeze up on a date tomorrow morning.
Tonight.
Yes.
That actually is great.
Yeah, at the Coin concert. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna text Coin right now. Wait, how much longer are we gonna record? Because if we have time, I'm gonna text them right now and see if they'll put me on the guest
Are you about
list.
to tell me you have Chase's number right now?
I don't have Chase's number, but I do have.
Ryan or Joe?
I have Joe's number,
Joe's a good guy.
so
Good-
we'll see
good
if
guy.
Joe, please,
That was what I was about to say. Is like
Joe,
Ryan,
help me now.
Ryan is the one that I've actually like had a conversation with because he's friends with my.
What's his
photographer.
last name? Is it
White.
Lawler? No, Joe Kaiser.
Mimmel.
Oh, Mimmel.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll look it up.
Joe Mimmel.
Mimmel?
M-M-E-L. But anyways, I don't know if like I don't think Coin's ever played.
They've definitely
Europe.
done some international stuff.
I feel like they'd be primed for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Colony House
Ryan
went
Winnan.
international last month.
Who did?
Ryan Winnan, Joe Mimmel.
Joe.
Colony House did a Europe tour like last year. It's like their
Really?
first time not in America or Canada, and it was. I mean,
Yeah.
they were playing for like 50 people. Isn't that so fascinating?
So
They could sell out Ryman every week for a year. It feels like.
Yes.
But then like they go like I saw a video on their like fan page or like
Yeah.
fan account that they run, and it was like literally like
It's crazy too how Parcels can play at anywhere in the whole earth, and Parcels is like sell out.
Their shows are so exclusive because they just don't play that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played
Fascinating.
at Bonnaroo this year, and it was so sick. I didn't save Joe's number. I'm just gonna own it up right now. I've been texting him. This is why I'll never make it in this industry.
That's so funny.
Why don't I save people's numbers? Like that would be so helpful.
That would be a good idea. I'll be honest. It takes me a minute to save a number unless I like
Same.
intentionally like have the conversation and then like
Maybe
exchange
his
contacts.
last name isn't Mimmel, and that's
Yeah.
just like a stage name. I don't think
I'm
he's
looking at
Myers, I want to
Wikipedia.
be honest. I don't have your number saved yet.
That's
just
fine.
Put it out there.
That's fine.
Jeez.
I want to have it saved. I just forget.
There's a person that I interact with who is one of my customers, who I have talked to in person like 6 times, and I talk to them really regularly. And
Oh, okay.
and I have not saved his number.
Do you want to know something
He's probably
wild?
listening to it.
I am gonna try really hard to keep this story nameless because this is hilarious, and then I'm gonna make it about me. Okay, so
yes.
Talk about yourself, Steven.
there is a pastor that I know.
Tell us.
I'm not gonna say where he works at, but I do work at a church, so you could guess. There's a pastor that I know that literally reached out to a guy. Never like he met him in person, and then he got his phone number, and then the guy reached out to the pastor and was like, "Yo, would love like so good to meet you. Would love to hang out." And then a month later, he finally got back to him. Forgot the guy's name, the pastor did, and then went to lunch with him, had a whole meal with him, and then never knowing his name,
What?
never knowing his name, left, and then I saw. The pastor, freaking Matt Francisco. I saw Fran. I saw Fran later that day, and Fran was like, it was a guy we went to high school with, the guy that he met with, and I was just like, oh my
That
God.
is so funny.
And when I tell you, I have done that so many times
Yeah.
working in college ministry. I sit down with people all the time. And I have because
What's your go-to like sleuth their name? How do you spell your last name? again?
anytime that anyone walks by, and like I'm just like, oh, this is Jacob. Have you met Jacob?
Yeah.
And
That's
then
good.
That's
he'll
good.
say their name to the other person.
Yep.
And
That's
then I'm
usually
like-
the way I get around it.
he'll be
That
like,
is exactly the way to do it. And I've been I feel like I'm telling people this all the time. Like I don't think that's common knowledge. That's how you do it. You're just like, yo, have you met my friend?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what's going on? He's like, oh, I'm Myers. I'm like,
yeah.
Sometimes there are situations where I know that I don't know the person well enough to have remembered their name. So like when I went to Seeds today and saw Preston, he was with Catherine and Grace. And I was like, I've met Catherine, but I don't know her name. I know her face. I don't know her name. So
Right.
then I was just like, hey, I'm Myers. I think I've met both of you guys before.
Yeah.
But remind me your names.
I always
I-
say that too. Like, I don't know if we've met before, but
Yeah.
I'm Steven.
I had an interaction today, like right before I left campus, and it was me, Luke Becker, PyCap freshman named Jude, and Jude walks up to me and Luke's like, "Oh, what up, Evan?" I was like, "Oh no!"
Called you Evan?
He called Jude Evan, and I was like, "Oh, Luke, I'm sorry." In my head, I was like, "Dang, bro, that sucks for you." But then I was like, "Jude, how do you say your last name again?" And he was like, he was telling me how, and I think I was just trying to convey to Luke like that's not his name,
Right.
and I want you to know that, and I'm sleuthing that to
Yeah.
your brain.
Yeah.
Man,
So
that
many
was
names, so many
his
people.
life.
You just
So
don't need
many.
to. It's just like what?
Yeah, it's all good. Unless it's not. I don't. Yeah, people whenever they get upset with it, it's like, I've met you, bro. I'm like, dude,
I
I'm
should have gotten
sorry, man.
super
Like, what do you want me
pissed
to
at
do?
you.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like when I see someone,
I'm sorry.
if I can tell that they can't remember my name, I'll try and give it to them.
Yeah, you can always just be generous. Like, yo, what's up, dude? I'm Freeze. We've met
Yeah.
before. Then they don't even have to like.
Right.
You don't even have to like put it in their court. It's just like, hey,
Dude,
man.
okay, speaking of names, this is another thing I want to talk to you about. Where does the name come from? What does Nordista mean?
Well, when he
Nordista?
was born, his parents gave him a name.
Okay.
Do you want to know my legal name? Wait, I don't have my wallet on me.
Wait,
Next time.
He doesn't remember his legal name. He
Oh,
has
no,
to look
okay,
at his
okay, I'll
wallet.
find-
What does
get
the
it.
wallet have to do with it?
I was gonna show you my ID.
But yeah, well, driver's licenses aren't real though. It's just like a hyper Republican conspiracy.
You want
theory
me to
that's popular.
You want me to get a license to put toast in my own
Wait,
damn
wait.
toaster?
Wait, what's this conspiracy theory? I need to know it so that I can believe it.
Oh, okay.
Congrats on your guy winning the election, by the way.
Thanks so much.
Wait, can we start
I'm
a
from
womp?
Alabama.
So wait,
Who
can we
did
start a
you- who'd
womp
you
bit
vote
that
for?
Steven is a raging Republican?
Oh, you mean our guy?
Daps him up.
The
Golly,
Mac Daddy
dude.
himself?
Well, as a podcast, y'all now one can dream. like,
Yeah.
oh, we'll get Trump one day.
We'll get him. We'll get him.
That's our
We're gonna
magnum
get him.
opus. Like, yeah, he's the guy.
First, we'll get Theo
Look,
Von, then
this,
we'll get.
all this is gonna be is this is gonna be a bit. He's gonna show us his ID, and on his ID is
Nordista
gonna be
Freeze.
Nordista Freeze. And
I can't wait to see this. Don't
this
say it.
just
Don't
real?
say it. I want to see it.
looking at
I want to see it.
marble stone, jade, Vivencia.
What?
Wait, what in the world?
It's not a name.
I always keep multiple IDs on me at a time.
This is what I tell you.
Oh, this is
IDs
your
are
fake.
fake.
Yeah, this is my fake. So I can be
Marble
21.
Stone Jade Vivencia. Oh, you're an organ
Marble
donor.
stone.
Yep. If I have to. If I die.
Who is this?
I don't know. I found it, but apparently you can just give it to. Apparently, if you just put it in a mailbox, it'll go to them. So I guess I should return it. But
That's okay. You can have it.
You can
I was
hold
gonna
on
try
to it.
I
How
mean,
long have you had it?
I don't know. A couple months.
Yeah, it's yours now.
That's not real.
So wait,
That's
what do you-
straight up not
do you
real.
guys think it'd be
Marble
wrong?
Stone?
Do you think it'd be wrong if I sold it to a minor? Because I feel like I can make good money. I feel like I can make like 100.
Go to a
150
girl
bucks.
that like kind of looks like this. You're
Yeah,
like,
and be like,
you need this?
hang out by a high school, be like, yo, I got a fake
Hey,
ID
yo,
for 150.
I'm trying to get 10,000 more
auction.
streams on Spotify.
Hold an
Yeah.
auction.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this is a very bro-y thing to talk about on a podcast.
Let's go.
One of my friends told me about this. I just started it. So last night I downloaded 9 sports bet apps.
Oh wow, 9 of them.
Yeah, I have Bally Bet Sports,
DraftKings.
ESPN, Prize Picks, Fanatic Sports, DraftKings, Hard Rock Bet. Anyway, DraftKings,
I've heard Prize Picks is like-
Caesar. But apparently, some of them give you money to start with.
Yes.
So I'm going to download all of them, and then I've heard you just have to bet one time. So I'm going to bet on one game, like on Sunday,
Yeah.
NFL style. Just like place a bunch of bets back and forth, and then see if I can make maybe $300 would be the goal.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
There's a guy.
All in a day's work while watching football.
10,000
Come on.
streams.
10,000 streams.
Let's go, dude.
There's a guy in my major who last week he walked by me looking at his phone and was like, dude, just up 300 right now. I was like, dude, take $300. He's like, nah, dude, go and do $1,000. I'm going to make 1,000. He was like, it wasn't sports betting. He was just like
Man.
gambling. And I was like, let's go, dude. I love that. And walked by me today. He said, I lost $1,100. And I was
That
like,
sucks.
what? $1,100? He was like, yeah, I like went up a bunch and lost it all. I was like, dude, that sucks. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get it back though. And I was like, you are a
No.
gambling addict. That's what
Stop
that
it now.
is.
If you're
Literally.
listening to this, stop it now. None of that. You've gone too far. But my thing isn't even gambling. It's just getting the bag.
It's facts.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to put your ID in. You can do it once.
Yeah,
Cha-ching.
marble stone Vivencia.
I could do it twice. Yo, you're right. I'm about to make so much money,
This is how Freeze
And then I'm gonna
accidentally
sell the
becomes a
ID.
gambler.
dude. And then I could sell the ID.
Yeah.
So that's
Money on
$500
money on money.
altogether, dude.
You can use that
Dude,
$500
honestly,
to get.
Losing
50,000
your ID
streams.
is kind of terrifying. I've never really thought about
I've
that.
done it. Yeah.
Can you deactivate it like a credit
No.
card?
Deactivate your ID.
Off
Yo,
the grid.
actually, like,
That
I don't
would
have
cause-
that name
that would-
anymore. I don't have that name anymore.
I was about to make a government comment, but I'm not going to because I feel like I'm already.
Steven
You're
is
not water.
a Trumpy.
Yeah.
Steven's in the doghouse right
That
now.
would cause our government to actually have any form of working software anywhere, and that's just not freaking.
Yeah, you've been to the
ever
Not
DMV.
happening.
Yeah, come on. You know
Not
that.
That would
happening.
cause our DMV to actually, like, for one person to think, How can we make this better?
Right.
One person.
Sorry, you need the form that says you got the form.
You don't have your properly sealed birth certificate with you right now?
We need the original copy.
I'm trying to get a freaking license
Four
plate.
guys
My
complain
car
about
is
the
right
DMV on a podcast. Classic.
I'm making this into a TikTok.
Yeah, my DMV has actually been great. I went recently. It was like Chick-fil-A style. They had the
Frick you,
iPads.
Steven.
Shut up,
No, I'm not
Chick-fil-A
serious.
style.
They had the iPads were like going down the line, like, yeah, what can we get started for you? I was like, I need a new ID. They're like all right, go to.
What can we get started?
Yeah, I was like,
Can I do a number one?
yeah, I was like, yo, I need a new ID. They're like, all right, go over there, and then I was in and out. It was
The
amazing.
DMV in Gardendale, where I work, which is like 20 minutes north of here,
Where me and
is-
Steven are from.
Yes, where they're from, is fantastic.
Really?
I get in and out of there in 20 minutes.
That's facts.
That is so cool,
Every
man.
time I go there, I see somebody that I don't
That's
want to
what I
talk
like.
to.
Oh, like from high school.
Yeah.
You guys have one Whataburger too, right?
Yeah,
We
it's
have
like
a
lot
couple.
more
We
now.
used to only have one.
That's sick.
Now we have a few.
Yeah, we have.
Y'all had that way before us in Nashville.
Are you serious?
Whataburger now?
Yes. Oh, do you want to know the places I've played in Birmingham?
I was thinking that
Yes.
earlier. I want to know what venues you played here.
All right, I got a little spreadsheet, past shows. One of them is didn't end on good terms. So
Firehouse?
Uh-oh.
Question mark.
I actually never got to play the Firehouse.
How
I
play
can't
not
remember.
the hatch.
I can get you in there next month.
We could get you in there probably this afternoon.
Okay.
yeah,
great.
honestly.
Let's do that if we
place
can't
on
get into that
Hatch.
coin show.
Hatch 1515.
Hatch would you could actually
Hatch.
play Hyperpop at Hatch, and
Hatch
they
would
would
be
love
true.
that
Hatch
crowd.
would
That's
be
true.
dope.
Really?
It's a metal kind of house venue in town that people love.
I like
I don't
that.
know if
A lot
they'd
of
probably get
noise. A
offended
lot
that I
of
just
noise
typed
artists play there.
Noise, yeah, that's sick. I like
Good
noise.
stuff.
I played the Syndicate Lounge. You ever
Okay.
heard of that? R.I.P.
No.
Wow, I'm such an old head. I played with those guys, the Burning Peppermints.
Oh yeah. Dude,
Wait,
their set is
where
wild.
was the Syndicate Lounge? I've been to a show there before.
I don't know. There was a place right next door where my buddy got his nose pierced on that tour.
Burning Peppermint's drummer plays with JUCO now.
Love it.
Yo, spoiler alert. Okay, Birmingham. Let's see, Soft Rock Bungalow with Sun Eyes DSM Tones and the Royal Flocks.
I don't know any of the things you just said.
And then this is one where I got in trouble. I played Work Birmingham.
Workplay?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
When?
WORX in 2019
Okay, it's different
with
now.
Bicycle Day and the Yellow Dandies and the Rugs.
Oh my gosh, Bicycle Day and Yellow Dandies. That's some bham deep cuts right there.
Wow.
My dad played with the Yellow Dandies.
Wow.
That's
I played with your dad?
Work.
Wow.
No, his band played a show with Yellow Dandies.
That's cool. I got in trouble because I got on rollerblades and then I left the venue. Then there was an ice cream shop next door, and then went through the ice cream shop on rollerblades.
Like during
And
the
then-
set?
Yeah, then the guys who ran Work Birmingham came and they cussed me out. They're like, "What the f?" Or
Oh.
they're like, "What are you doing?"
He played.
And I was like, "I'm
Oh,
in big trouble."
like up here, right across the street from
Redeemer. Yeah, what is that called?
Big Spoon Creamery.
They used to
Make.
call those, what kind
It's
of
called Make.
bham? That's what it's
Yeah.
called
Oh, I
now.
thought it was called Work. That's
used
called
to be.
Nick.
It probably was called work, but
Then I played the Nick
let's go.
with Bicycle Day and JUCO,
JUCO. I love those guys.
and then I played Landmark Church.
what?
I
What
don't
did
know.
you-
That's what it says.
That's
Landmark
amazing.
Church.
Where's Landmark?
I don't know.
It's a church though.
Yeah. What? When did I do that?
Do a worship set?
I've never done a worship set. You called me out amongst the waters.
Oh, baby.
I love that.
Landmark Church. Yeah. I don't even see one of those that exists anywhere near here. So
Call
This one's
me
in
out.
Montgomery.
guess I made that up. Yeah.
The
maybe,
Gump.
maybe it was in Montgomery. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, here's Landmark Ministries bham.
We're in the weeds right here.
Was
oh yeah,
it
what's the pastor's name?
We're in the weeds.
Pastor Peter J. Davis?
You know him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're in the weeds.
I think that guy owes me money.
Yo, if you're listening right now, we're trying to get 10 more subs before the end of the stream.
If you can send me $250, I'm trying to get 10,000 Spotify streams.
Hey,
Yes.
Dog Undies, thanks for the ups. Thanks for the ups.
Dog on D's. How long have we been going? What's it say?
Only 1 hour and 18. We're doing Rogan style, right?
Really?
2 to 3 hours, right?
Oh,
Holy
yeah,
hour
for
18. It feels like we've been going for.
We usually shoot for
Rude.
hour and a
This has
half.
flown by for me.
This is
Yeah.
flown by. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We're in the zone right now.
All right, so we're going to Coin tonight. Are we getting dinner, or what are we doing for then? Are y'all bringing your wives, or what's going on? Girlfriend coming?
She is not.
Is just Brofest?
I did not get tickets to Coin.
This is Brofest.
Okay, should we try to get you in? Would you come if you get you in? Do we need your wife to get in
Probably.
too?
Hanging out with your wife.
We need +3.
I originally planned on hanging out with my wife, but I also hang out with my wife every day. So
Dude, branch out. Let's go.
yeah.
Okay, let's see. Who's the opener? See what we can get into.
Oh, what's his name? It's a guy.
It's a guy.
It's a fella. You call me. No,
Wait,
no,
is
of course
Will Russell still going to this? We talked to him about
Is he going to
the-
Coin?
Yeah.
Oh, I can text him and ask him.
We talked to him about going to this, like back when we had him on our podcast.
Cool. There's a green dot, but it doesn't say who. That means who is opening for you.
Hey, wait. I want to know about the show that you did with Tim Heidecker.
Oh yeah, I went on his show. I need to do that again. That was
Dude.
fun, right?
Tell me about that. Because I think he is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I just love Tim. So, you're talking about the tour I did, the comedy thing.
Okay, so there's
I called into his show, and then Jay Weingarten, who is like Tim's favorite comedian, he's kind of part of the Tim universe.
Yeah.
Did a I just DM'd him, was like, yo, come to the East Coast, like I'll book a show for you in Nashville anytime. And then he asked me, he was like, can you book Chicago, New York, Philly? I was like, yep. And then
That's sick.
they let me open for them, and
Dude.
I kind of helped the tour manage and book the tour.
That is sick.
And yeah, Tim Heidecker was involved. He's like directing the play
Okay.
that they were performing.
Yeah.
And then I was opening with some music, and I also played a janitor in the play. So
That is so sick.
it was,
Because Tim's doing music now, too.
Tim does music now.
That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of street cred, that definitely was extremely cool.
That's
I
super
felt
dope.
so excited to do that.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
insane.
It's been a great year, man. It's
That's
a lot
incredible.
of fun stuff's been going on.
Yeah.
so.
What has that been like? Because so I'm in school now. I'm a junior at Stanford right now, doing music.
You've made it further
trying
than
to
me.
do music at
Yeah.
least. What has that been like transition? Because I feel like right now when I'm thinking about like putting shows together, I'm like really fighting the like I want like people from my college to go because like that's numbers, but I really would love to branch into like Birmingham people and not just Stanford people. So like, what has that been like? Community wise, like transitioning out of being at a university and just being like an artist in the city.
Yeah, I feel like if you can use that leverage to position you, you're like, yo, I can bring out 20, 30 people from my college. You just use that as collateral. You're like, try to team up with someone else who can bring out 30 people who lives in Birmingham. Then your scenes combine, and then all your friends think it's cool because they get to go to a cool Birmingham show. And then that Birmingham artist is like, yo, I love playing shows with you because... Is this your solo project?
No, just with... Well, I play with Zion. He's Cincinnati-based now, I guess, but I play with Zion.
Kidding.
And he lives in Dayton, Kentucky, which is like right outside of Cincinnati.
right on.
I play with him, and then I play with some guys from Stanford and a girl in Nashville named Abby Holmes. I don't know if you know who that is.
Okay, cool. That's what's up.
Yeah, there's a guy named Jason. I forget his last name, but
he's going to teach me the bass, and I'm
going to teach Steven the bass, and we're going to start a
play Cozy
project.
Christmas Futon Underglow show.
I have this.
You could easily do this. Yeah.
I have this project called Futon Underglow.
I like that.
That's like, we've done 2 shows. The one that was like actually cool was, it's like all improv. So it's just like me, drums, bass, saxophone, and keys, and we just like make it all up on the spot.
That sounds awesome.
It's a good time. I very much enjoy it. But also now that name, any like rando
Futon
show,
what?
Futon Underglow. Any random
Underglow.
project if you want to throw us on for Space Prom, dude, we're so down.
I'm listening.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that could be good for Space Prom Birmingham. That'd be
I actually
cool.
want to
That'd
come
be
up and put up posters for Space Prom, though.
Hey, this is my kind of guy.
Come on.
You know what? You should play, dude. Just play. If you're gonna be like that, what the heck?
That's funny.
Did I tell you that my brother played his first show on Halloween?
He did.
Where?
What?
He played a house show in Glen Iris.
What's
What
his
the
name
heck?
or the band name?
The band name is Flying Panthers.
Flying Panthers.
Come
Dude,
on.
Thanks for flying with the Panthers. That's what he always says.
like that.
Plays,
Does he actually?
What did he play like keys or just with tracks or what?
Played. He would like loop like
Beatbox.
some beat that he made, and then he'd play live piano on top of it.
He
That is
said
sick. He doesn't
he
sing.
said
There's
he-
no words.
he said he played for like 4 hours or something.
He
Are you
played till
serious?
1
He
a.m.
just went and
He
went
plays
and
like
went.
ambient,
It's
like
like-
synth, like 80s synth or something.
Favorite
like
artist is McGee. If that gives some
McGee. Yep.
so
that.
fire.
It sounds nothing like McGee. But
The new stuff, I definitely understand the influence. The newest stuff, I
Yeah.
totally understand the
I feel
influence.
like he's getting way better, but he's definitely like he started playing music. Or he started putting out music. He's never played an instrument before, and then my mom taught him a little bit of piano, and then I think he is
Cute.
exceptionally better than he was when he started.
Yeah.
But he, his music's just like, I could definitely see him, if he puts out music at the rate that he's putting out forever, he will definitely have a cult following before he dies.
Yeah.
That's
he
sick,
puts
dude.
out
That's all you need.
so much music.
Your brother does Flying Panther?
Yeah, he puts out an
look
album
it up.
maybe every 2 weeks. No, that's maybe a stretch.
It's
Maybe
2
every
months.
month.
Every
It's
2
like,
months.
yeah, it's like a song every other week,
The
probably,
Flying Panthers.
and then an
His
EP
merch is
or
dope
album.
now. I'm so excited for my shirt.
I got the
A
brown
few of my
one.
friends
You got
already
a
follow
t-shirt?
them.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Was
Did
yours
he
free?
make you pay?
He made me pay $20.
Oh my god!
Why did we have to pay full price? What is
I'm
going
his
on?
brother, and I freaking have to pay full price.
I was like, I don't know, Sam.
Pathetic.
I'm probably not gonna. And he was like, $20.
oh,
and I was
okay,
like,
that makes more sense.
okay.
Maybe if I would have pulled that.
I support art.
I have 3 friends who follow the Flying Panthers.
You're
What?
joking?
No.
Who are they? You mean
My residence,
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Jacob McClendon,
It's me.
Trip Morrow.
Oh wow! You follow Trip Morrow? Let's freaking go!
That's
Yeah,
I remember-
dude.
So Trip actually listens to this podcast.
Does he
actually
really?
Just started a thing he's in San
Trip.
Diego now, and he just started a thing called abalone, which is like abalone is a type of seashell, but it's just like
Cool.
a San Diego. He's friends with TikTokers in San Diego that have a little bit of a following, and he's like trying to run their merch store, or he's trying to start like a lifestyle brand from their TikTok world,
Cool.
like their group in San Diego. They're all at Point Loma.
Trip
and,
is doing this?
Yes,
Trip, keep it up, man. If you're
that's
listening.
right. And I'm
keep
definitely
it
gonna
up.
cop a hat. The hats are also
Trip, send us a hat,
$40.
please. Please send us a hat. If you have any with a defect, I'll take that.
If you have any that came with no bill,
Yeah, no bill.
No bill.
No brim. Can I get the no brim?
Or just a little green stain.
Give me the cap, no brim.
I feel like there's probably some Birmingham hipster rocking that.
brim.
So Birmingham what?
Hipster rocking that. You know, they used to make those, the hat with no. I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
brimless. Sam rocks up brimless all the time.
I know y'all are probably friends with some sort of like photographer who like lives here and like has
Too many.
glasses and like
Too many.
always hangs out at June and
Yep.
is, like,
Typewriter.
has the typewriter.
The
and they're,
coffee
like,
shop I work at is like all glass.
What's it
on the
called?
front. Prevail.
Prevail.
It's all glass. It's like
Is
downtown.
it Christian? That sounds Christian.
It does sound. It's not Christian.
Hey,
Wait,
he's
is
working
Is
tomorrow.
it
I don't
atheist?
think so.
It's atheist.
Therefore, it's
We prevail in hating God.
You have to put down what religion. So if you're not Christian, it's like atheist.
You are atheist. There's nothing is nondescript. But my truck was out front, and this photographer walked by. This vibe that you're talking about, like brimless hat,
Yes.
and he like snagged. Yeah, he snagged a pic of my truck, and I was like, please come in here and talk to me so I can tell you that's my truck, and he did it. No
Man.
affirmation that day. My day sucked.
If you were a barista, Freeze,
Barista.
and you.
Barista
Which,
Freeze.
speaking of this, actually, this question doesn't matter at all. I just realized you never answered the question. What does Nordista mean?
It means it means north in Italian.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I made that up.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, you got me. You got me.
So if I can't get into this coin show tonight, what should I do? Where should I hang out? Good.
Moms.
Should
Yeah,
I download? I should download Hinge Plus or whatever.
You could
so I have to
download
swipe it like
more
crazy?
sports betting apps.
Yeah,
also.
sports. I could just go to town on the sports betting thing tonight.
Hey, there's an Alabama basketball game in Tuscaloosa.
Go to Tuscaloosa.
UAB probably has a basketball game tonight.
Oh,
Sam.
dude.
Stanford
Barons
probably
are in the
does.
off season.
I do love basketball,
Basketball.
but I really don't like
We
Alabama.
gotta figure out a way to. I mean, I don't know.
I'll get in. I'll
He
get in. It's
hasn't.
fine.
He hasn't.
This guy's an artist. Can we get him in there?
I'm actually the opening act. I bet that would work if I just had a guitar. I was
We-
like, I'm actually in the
We
opening band.
entered the Judah and the Lion like opening act thing.
Yeah, you guys won.
Oh, dude.
You guys won last
2
year.
years in a row, didn't win.
You guys didn't win. Who won?
Last year was
I had never heard of them.
I can't remember it, but this year was just a guy, like a solo guy. Made me sad.
What's his
instrumentation, Cole Spain. No hate, Cole Spain.
Cole, you suck.
I really wish I would have won though.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, and our friend from Atlanta were the like second opener, so we would have got to hang out with them.
Ugh,
Sucks.
Who is that?
I can't remember the artist's name, but the drummer's name is Graham something. He's
Man,
an Atlanta guy.
I'm really sorry about that, man. Losing just
It's just
sucks.
super fascinating. I 2 years in a row, I would think that we maybe pull it out.
Yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. For
Sometimes you
instance,
lose.
recently, You won. I lost. On November 4th. But we can still shake hands and say good game.
Good game, Steven the Republican.
I a little bit wanted to text Blake and be like, "Hey, good game, man. You'll get him next time." I did vote for Donald Trump. I don't think Steven actually did, but Blake is my friend who's like,
this is a crazy thing you're doing right now. It's crazy.
what?
Okay, just finish your statement.
Blake is a Democrat, and we disagree on most things politically.
Right.
And I thought it would be funny if we said that, but I don't think we're quite on terms to where we can like
Good
joke about
game would be.
I don't-
But you won, so you can't say GG. It's like you gotta wait on the text from him. He needs to text you GG.
He needs to text me that. I want to get to the point where we can like mess with each other about this, but I don't think we're there.
I don't
think we're
with
there.
Blake.
We'll see.
I think you can get there,
I think so.
but I'm not him.
Freeze, tell me about a Maserati.
My Maserati. Oh snap! That's what that's called. My sister was asking me what that was the other day. Yeah, what's up with that? Oh, are you saying what happened
Just
there?
tell me about it.
I'm glad someone knew that was a Maserati.
I'm a huge car guy.
So the girl,
Republican. It makes
my
sense.
friend Madison, Madison Steinbrook, she had me like driving in her music video, and she just took one picture. Then I usurped it and used it as my album cover without telling her.
Nice.
She said, she's like, "What the f?"
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah, actually, I need to ask about that. I never actually. She just commented on it and said, "Nice car."
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the whole story with that. I got to drive it around for a music video. It was
That's
really
cool.
sick.
Well, you're fast.
I got to go pretty fast, but her manager was getting a little bit like, "Yo, easy,
Yeah.
easy."
Yeah.
You're like cargo.
No, but it's like vroom, vroom.
Yeah, it was sick. You know that My Maserati thing I just sang?
Yeah.
That's a song, right?
Sure.
My Maserati.
I thought I drove a Bugatti. I was like, I know it's in a song. I was like, I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Yeah.
But it was My Maserati goes whatever.
What is
Something.
I don't know that song.
My Maserati goes something. They say a mile per hour. I can't remember.
I don't know that.
It's
Sounds
like
like a
I
Randy
don't know that
Travis
one, I'll be
song.
you're
honest.
actually thinking of Tracy Chapman's
Yep.
Fast Car.
Yeah.
That's it.
car.
Yep.
Oh no,
You're
Luke Combs
nervous.
actually wrote that song.
Yeah, I got a fast car.
Cut my head off.
Why
Freeze,
you
tell
gonna
us
cut your head
about DJing.
Yeah, I've been DJing more recently just because I can't play as much around town because I play less. Try to make the shows extra big. So try to make them big. And yes, I've been,
Very big, very
frankly.
big shows. They're big.
that's what I was thinking of, bigly. I think that's a
Bigly.
It's a Trump word, bigly.
Big League Chew.
Very bigly shows.
But yeah, I've been DJing around town, just having fun. People ask me to play shows, like I'll DJ.
We
That's sick.
DJ'd a cafe opening in Kentucky, and I have only done it once. Steven's done it a couple times, but we've really gotten into house music,
Cool,
and
dude.
we're
That's
really into the DJ thing. But it's also kind of cliche to have a podcast and then be a DJ.
I'm DJing
I
my,
like that,
my
though.
brother's wedding and our friend Cole's wedding.
I'm
And
DJing
Sally's wedding.
I'm
no,
actually
you're
so-
Sally's wedding.
I was gonna say I'm DJing his little sister's
I
wedding.
love that.
Your little sister's getting married.
She is.
Congrats, man.
Hey, shout out Sally. Shout out.
Do y'all
Nick.
DJ under the
Nick's probably
same
really
brand
happy
name
because
as?
what happened on November
My name is Concrete Salesman.
Cool, nice.
What was
Yours
mine?
Mine is Airplane Leg
Yeah.
or DJ Airplane Leg.
Mine's DJ Fart in the Club.
No, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, me and Steven were in Budapest together, and we saw this poster on the wall of this restaurant, and it was like a big like house festival, and
Your
one of
house
the
is
artists'
huge in
name was
Europe,
DJ
yeah.
Fart in the Club, and I was like, "Yep, that's gonna be me."
You were like, as long as I don't become internationally famous,
Yeah,
we can
then
just
it's
go
There
fine.
could be two
Yeah.
DJ Fart in the Club. He just got to stay in Hungary, and I'll stay in the U.S.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
When were you in Hungary?
We went to Hungary
May.
in May. Yeah, in
Bachelor
May.
trip, bachelor party.
Yep.
Really?
That would be crazy.
Apparently,
That
that's
would be
what,
crazy,
That's where
actually.
a lot of the British blokes have their stag do's, which is
Really?
British people call
Yeah,
bachelor
yeah.
trip. And
'Cause it's cheap.
It's super cheap.
Yeah, exactly. They do. I played in Prague, and they were saying same thing. You go there, just cheap drinks and stuff.
What was your
Budapest
favorite
is sick.
UK or not UK? What was your favorite Europe city that you played?
Prague was the most interesting, just in terms of like visually stunning. Like, oh, I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like this. But Amsterdam was obviously the most fun,
That's
if
sick.
you know what I'm saying. Yeah, just kidding. I don't. Actually, I'm completely sober.
No way.
Yep.
Is that like
I-
a choice?
I've been forced into it.
Is that like a choice? Is that like a big
I'm
choice you made, or
Mormon.
you're just not doing it?
I don't know. I didn't grow up around alcohol or any sort of substances, and then I got into music, and it was like a big 180. And I thought, I guess I'll just keep not doing this. And no one's ever like sold me on it being a good thing for me to get into.
Do you want me to try?
Yeah, please.
Said the underage guy.
Says the 20-year-old. No, I'm good. I'll pass.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I just keep not doing it, and
That's pretty
it's sick. I can drive people around. I'm sober. I'm never hungover. I get a lot of work done.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I get it done. You know?
Right, baby.
He's locked in.
Yes.
Freeze, you don't have any tattoos either, it seems.
No tattoos.
That was more
It's a
surprising to
sin.
me.
Yeah, it's a sin.
Oh.
No, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I just never got into that tattoo thing. Too much
I don't
commitment.
either.
Yeah.
I don't either. They have tattoos. He got a tattoo recently, his first one, and then made fun of me incessantly because I wouldn't get one.
Well, they get tattoos and look, they cover them all up. So it's like, obviously you regret it.
I got one yesterday.
You regret it.
I can't pull this. I got one yesterday.
See, why don't you just wear a short sleeve shirt if you're so proud of these?
Wearing a short sleeve shirt and asked Steven for a sweatshirt right before you guys.
Because it was cold.
Yeah. I also just self conscious about my body.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Oh, a throne. Cool.
A throne,
Claim the throne. Let's go. That's sick. I think you look great, man.
dude. That wasn't me fishing for you.
Yeah,
to tell
you
me I
look
look
great.
good. Thanks, though.
No problem. No problem. I'd love
What
to.
are you laughing at,
I'd love to
Steve?
be-
Steven's been oddly
What
quiet
are you
the
laughing
last
at over
10
there?
minutes.
Dude, I'm in.
You in?
Yep. Joe texted me back.
No way.
Yep.
You
Let's
found Joe's
freaking go.
number.
Yeah, I found it.
Tell us what this interaction was.
He said, I said, Joe, it's Freeze. I'm in Birmingham today on a podcast. Would love to come to the show if you got any space on the list. The sunglasses emoji, like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool
I said, no worries if not. Have a great time. And he said, yeah, for sure. How many tickets do you need?
I
Let's
would go.
get it started.
I would go.
Actually,
I would go.
Myers, go. Do it.
Okay.
Do you want
Let's
your
go.
wife to come too? I mean,
Sure.
no way can say no. It's like,
Sure.
I can't say up for that. All right, cool. I'll ask him for 3 tickets.
See,
Let's freaking go. Crazy.
you wanna
Katie?
You want to do 4? Wait, actually, I feel weird. If you don't feel comfortable with that, no worries. But if you want to say 4, my wife would definitely join us.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's how. Okay, let's discuss this on the pod. I think what I'll say is, I'll say thank you so much, and then I'll say like, I'm here with a few friends. Like, if you can get them in too. If not, no worries.
If you can do 4, no worries.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Not like you're chilling.
He'll just think it's the band. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? He won't even realize.
Yeah.
good move.
I play guitar.
Yeah.
So,
but then if
you
he
know.
comes up to y'all and like you guys better be like, yeah, I play bass for Freeze.
right.
Steven, you have to be the bass player.
Be like, dude, I was sinking deep in sin, far from a peaceful shore, very deeply stained within, sinking to rise no more.
Yeah.
And then I met Freeze.
Literally.
He'll be like, Freeze. So Freeze is the GOAT. You'll be like, yes, bro.
Yeah.
I have met all those guys several times, but a long time ago.
Really?
And I'm really curious. They're probably gonna be like, I'm actually really
Well,
curious.
let's get front row tickets, then we can all stand there. And be like,
I think if we're guestless, we
I
can
went
stay
to a
in VIP,
show.
I think.
I went to 2 or 3 of their shows in Birmingham, like the first year they were a band, for maybe 50 people. And I'm curious, like, if they would even remember that at all. I
They
also
definitely
just, like,
remember those
I like
shows.
had full conversations with them afterwards, like several times.
that's cool.
And they were like, they definitely remembered who. I remember seeing them. Actually, Hangout Fest was big, but I remember seeing them at a Sanford show, and then I watched them at Work Play, and then I watched them at another Sanford show, and then when I was at Hangout Fest, they like waved at me because I saw them at the
Dude.
something like that.
That
I
is
was
so
like-
cool.
so
I'm
yeah.
heck?
asking Claire. So
Yes.
that might help because she is a homebody and would say no.
She's my
if she doesn't
homeboy.
wanna.
I mean, the thing for them, like, they probably don't even care. It's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
They probably don't even care.
Mhm.
They got so many spots.
Yeah.
And as long as it's not a Nashville show, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
In Nashville, they're like, oh, I already gave 20 tickets to
Somebody.
My mom.
my mom.
My mom wanted 20 tickets for a Sunday school class.
But no one lives in Birmingham.
none of them think
Ain't
you're
no
good.
one live here.
None of them think you're good.
This is a
You better play
freaking
good
ghost
tonight.
town. You know how I knew Corn was playing? Because I drove by Avondale and there was a line, and like there are
No
only a
way.
few. There are only a few bands that have people camp out at like 3 p.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so
Yeah.
literally, I was thinking like Coin must be in town because I'll be in like Tampa. You know, drive by. Oh, why is there a line? Look it up. Coin. It's
Yeah.
always coin.
Their merch is actually fire.
This will be my
Actually-
6th time seeing that.
I was gonna say I think
Yeah.
I've seen them 4 times.
They had this one hat that was like, what do they say? Coin is like the community, or like the community of opportunity and nature, or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like. If they have any of that stuff, they're like outdoorsy stuff about that. I'll for sure cop some merch. tonight.
Fojo.
Which is where that money's coming from, anyways. And to be fair, Avondale Brewery, I kind of got bone to pick with them right now because they are the ones who put Post Office Pies out of business in Birmingham or in Avondale. So,
Actually,
yeah, bro, they're Miracle Pizza Co., the company that replaced them,
owned by Avondale.
owned by Avondale
Dang,
Brewery. They
boy.
just wanted the whole block.
Ooh, ouch.
That's crazy.
They'll probably tear it down one day just to have more seats.
Tear it down. We need a kava.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need kava. And it's chopped, like some sort of like $16 salad place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw an Instagram reel yesterday
Dude,
about $60 salad places.
When you're in Nashville and you're in a cafe or something like that, somebody comes up to you and is like, "Oh, you're Nordista Freeze."
Mm-hmm.
What is your interaction with fans?
Typically, like, I get on my feet and I'm on my knees and then I start washing their feet like Jesus would.
Apparently, there was like this aesthetic. I learned this morning. I wasn't on Instagram on Tuesday when the election happened. But apparently, there was this like aesthetic
I know
meme
exactly.
of Jesus washing
Both-
Kamala
both
Joe
feet?
and
Yeah.
Donald Trump's feet.
Yes.
Like that just is
That blew
that's-
someone's mind.
That's crazy American.
Yeah,
That's
that's crazy American.
No, I'm curious. How can you be a bad fan whenever you see someone in public, and how can you be a good fan when you see someone?
Dude, I mean, I'm very open. I talk people. I've seen people say before, like, be careful, like Freeze will talk your ear off. So like, I'm an interesting because I will even talk a fan's ear off to where they don't even want to talk to me anymore. But I don't
You
know.
try and deconvert them from being
Right.
your fan.
Right, right, yeah. For most people, I feel like if they're, in like, let's say Coin or bigger, like, someone who's like truly known. I mean, I feel like, yeah, it's like, I feel like just being quick and cool. It's like, I love your music, man. Have a great night. It's like, and they're going to be like, thank you. And then whoever they're eating with is going to be like, that's so cool, Because I always feel gassed up if someone recognizes me in public and I'm with my friends, like, makes me feel amazing.
Do you ever see people wearing your merch?
For sure.
Dude,
yeah.
I love that.
It's so cool.
I don't have people be like, Zion is very small. I don't have people be like, oh my God, you play with Zion. But there's people that I don't know on campus wearing the merch.
Yep.
And they don't know that I play with them.
Futon Underglow merch.
Yeah. There's
There
people
are-
carrying
there-
around futons.
There are freshmen at Sanford who like idolize you because
That's
you play
the
for
worst thing
Zion.
I've ever heard in my
So
life.
funny.
That would be so fun.
How many tickets do we want?
Nice.
4. I mean,
We have them. Katie, I think, is doing something tonight. I think.
So me, Claire, and Gracie.
Gracie
And
so,
you, so 4.
and you, so 4. Because me and Jacob already have tickets.
Perfect.
This will be kind of sick.
Me plus 3?
Yeah.
That's hype. You're the man for that. Thank you so much.
That's how we do it in real time.
Come on.
I love
It's kind
that.
of crazy that happened while on the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, I tried to make a clip out of that lady tearing out that sign in the yard at Austin's, and you just like couldn't really see it.
Oh, that was crazy.
I was bummed.
What?
Last week when we were, or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks ago when we were recording, there was a woman who showed up, and she lived in. This is what I'm assuming happened. There's a duplex, in Crestwood, and it was like you could see it in the back of the shot, like we were recording on a front porch.
We can't hear you.
And you can't hear me.
You have
You
to
were
hold
too
it up
far.
here.
Oh, sorry. But anyways, you could hear or you could see it like in the back of the shot. And anyways, this woman gets home. She sees a Kamala sign in the front yard, or was it a Trump sign?
No, it was a comma.
It was a Kamala sign, and this woman was like, "You gotta be effing kidding me!" She kicks the sign and like
No
rips
way.
it out of the ground
In the
and then,
background
like,
of the
flicks
video?
off
Yeah.
people, and then she like
Man.
goes inside.
Yeah.
I think she got mad because
I saw her like tear it out, like over your shoulder.
Yeah.
I saw her tear it out, and then you like swung back in front of it. 'Cause it
That's
was like
wild.
way behind you, and he was sitting on a porch swing.
It was crazy though.
Kamala.
Truth.
Dude, rocking Kamala merch would be kind of cool these days, I feel like. Because I was thinking about that. I thought, like, it'd be cool if I wore a Kamala shirt to the gym yesterday because, like, all the Trumpies just going to be like, they're not gonna be mad because I lost. So they're just gonna be like, they're like, yeah, you lost. And then like all the Kamala people are like crying. They're gonna be like hugging me. All the beautiful women will be like, that's so cool that you voted for Kamala. Like, here's my number. I'll be like lifting weights. Like, yeah. And all the Trump guys will be like, man, hey, like that. They'll be like, GG, bro, GG.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you believed in this, and I believed in this, and that's just cool that we can come together. Now, obviously, if she won, then I'm wearing that to the gym. People, they F me up.
Yeah, true. Can't wear that to the gym. You can wear it at a coffee shop, not the gym.
I have a Bernie sticker on my. I normally don't talk about politics, but I do have a Bernie sticker on my van.
I'm
Bernie's
trying
low-key a chiller.
I'm trying to normalize talking about politics in a non-passionate way because who cares, personally.
Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best in this, and if you guys get canceled, bye. I'm jumping ship immediately. I don't know these guys. Unfollow. I'm following you. I'm following you.
Yeah, tough.
Oh, shot. Dude, I think it's crazy how half the country didn't vote. 150 million people didn't vote.
Yeah.
And I guess that counts for all the 18 and younger kids too. But so I guess like 100 million people didn't vote.
That's pretty crazy.
That means 100 million people are just like they just didn't really care enough to like.
Is that more or less people than voted in the last election?
I think less people voted. More people voted for Trump. Less people voted in general. I think
there were about 20 million more votes last time in favor of Biden.
Dang.
I mean, things were so hyper political in 2020. Like I remember I was living with my parents and just COVID and everything going on, BLM, you know, January 6th. I guess that was after the election, but you know, that was the intensity was like January 6th level on both sides. People just feeling like the whole thing's about to burn down.
Yeah.
And also like living in a house. Like I think people underestimated how crazy of a time that was, or they're trying to forget how crazy of a time that was. It doesn't surprise me that people are a lot more politically motivated.
That's why I want to make it more of a casual conversation, because like that's how you have a civilized society.
Right.
You just like you can disagree with someone and still be friends with them, and it's fine because like you have other things you have in common with them, and that's a good thing.
For instance, name some stuff you and I have in common. Burritos. Do you like burritos? Yep.
Coffee. Music.
Brown hair.
Fashion.
Yes. We're both interested in the idea of marriage. You are married. I want to get married someday.
Yeah.
Facts.
Both grew up going to church.
We both could be dating or married to somebody who lives in Birmingham if you guys would help me out.
After tonight, we will both be dating someone who lives in Birmingham.
Like literally at the show tonight, we will introduce you to girls for sure.
That would be the perfect level of like long distance, because I do a lot. I'm very solitary. I work really hard on my music.
Okay.
A lot of days I don't quit doing that till about like midnight.
Yeah.
Wow. And then I'll like spend an hour.
What time do you start?
Like around 9 p.m. I might start putting on some NBA and I'm like working on a laptop, and then like I wake up at probably like 9:30, 10.
Okay.
And then just get going for the entire day.
Go to Cafe Babu.
Cafe Babu.
You think the Cafe Babu? What do you think about it? I'm actually really curious from a Nashville perspective. This was another thing
I like the architecture.
Okay.
Respect, right? I don't know. What do you think about it? Tell us now.
I feel like it is like a little bit. It's so cool.
Yeah.
That it's almost giving like it could be an Epcot.
That's actually crazy. I showed it to Katie and she was like, "What do you think of that?"
It looks like Star Wars World. Okay,
yeah. I literally said that. I said it looks like it looks like Disney World.
It looks like
I like that.
I mean, it's cool.
I like Disney World.
I like that the espresso machine is like that tan.
Oh yeah,
I think that's
espresso.
sick.
I also thought
anything
the
that's
coffee
not
was good.
minimalism, you know, anything that's not just like a white room, like what's the spot that used to
white room?
Yeah. What's that spot that used to be oh, cool. What's that spot that used to be here? There's one. I think it used to be it used to be in Huntsville, I think.
Turbo?
No, it's a chain, and there's one in
Revelator.
Nashville. Revelator.
Yep.
Dude.
Revelator, that was the most minimalist. It was so minimalist, I got kicked out of the whole game.
I worked at Revelator for a year.
Really?
It was a dark place.
It was too minimalist.
It was concrete.
Do you know
the windows
story?
were tinted?
I got y'all in. You get an extra ticket. You get an extra ticket. You get an extra ticket.
No way.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Right, or whoever the people were. Yeah, he said Nordista Freeze +3. Right, that's when you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's huge. Wow. That's actually so huge.
Guys, we made it happen.
That's crazy.
That's amazing. Thank
we
you,
probably
Joe.
should go get
I went on a
dinner or
podcast.
something.
Wait, what? I was trying to do a TikTok about it. What would it be like? This guy came on our podcast and got us tickets to the Coin concert.
Yeah.
And then like the YouTube, so we have like the thumbnail where you guys are all like,
Wait, so you said you make TikToks
I
every
make a
day?
TikTok. I've made one every. So I have a spreadsheet right now. Yeah, I'm like really into math. Did you know that?
No, not until now.
2
yeah.
plus 2.
I was number one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have to pee.
Okay, well, we're supposed to wrap it up, but we'll keep going because this is really important. So I have a I have a spreadsheet, and yeah, it's called Post a Day, and I've been posting. Today will be number 51. Be a 51st day in a row to post
Come on.
on TikTok. So
Holy crap!
What?
please,
How do you? What do you?
please go viral?
What do you make videos about?
I'm right now. My goal is to just put out a song every week and to just make a TikTok every day.
Yeah.
And I'm just a
About
little-
how you're making that song, or just
No, just literally anything. I'm trying to full on experiment because I feel like you reach certain peaks in your career. I feel like playing Bonnaroo and like I did like you said, like there was one that was like leading up to COVID where I was like, okay, cool. Like I was able to tour the entire country and I have fans in like every state. That's sick.
Yeah.
Then like pull back a little bit, regroup, and then like getting to that international level where it's like, okay, now I've toured like multiple continents. That's cool.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I kind of pivoted from that and I'm just like writing like crazy and just trying to like really figure out what my sound is so that I can collect it all. Then I'm going to try to have my biggest move yet, you know,
Come on.
2025, 2026, whatever
Let's
it
go.
is.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Get on that coin level.
Oh yeah.
I'll come back. We'll sell it out. We'll have fans. We'll have the laugh track.
Yeah,
you know,
we'll do a live podcast.
You know when they have all the bros in the background, they're all like cackling at everything you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what's that one guy from ESPN, the really macho guy people love right now?
Oh yeah, freaking Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee, there's like 8 people on the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you guys are going to be expanded.
I bet
Everyone's
Rick
going
and
to have
Bubba.
healthcare.
I bet we could do a live podcast at the
Saturn.
No, the theater that Gladys has.
Oh yeah.
Is
What's
that-
it called?
Oh,
That's like
Far
a-
Away.
Yeah.
We could probably do Far Away because Far Away probably seats like 40 people.
Right.
We could probably do one there. I don't really.
I know a
who-
barber shop in Florence, Alabama that would host you.
No way.
Oh,
That
I
you-
bet we-
DJ podcast mode. DJ and podcast. That'd be sick. Do a podcast,
That would be
then
crazy.
DJ.
yeah,
That would
that'd
actually be
really
dope.
cool.
Is it the what's the one that Kellen
Yes.
Kellen knows?
Greasy
This
Hands?
is a
Is the one in Florence?
In Florence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Free hands or whatever you said.
Greasy Hands.
Greasy Hands.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Our friend owns like the Greasy Hands in Birmingham. That's why we're but it's not called Greasy Hands.
We're trying to get him.
Are
on.
we getting dinner or are you guys going to go do something
Yeah.
else? Because I'll walk and get dinner. Like, I don't really have a car right now because my friend's on a date. But
Yeah, we're
we should go to that
definitely-
Asian spot.
We could go spy on
No,
her.
we can't because he's not the only one.
And we all have the we all have our newspapers.
Yeah.
And Zach's
would
like,
be good.
oh
That
no,
would be
Freeze
good.
and the boys are here.
translucent windows in them.
Yeah.
That would be so funny.
Funny.
We have a
Freeze and the
little
boys are
flap.
here.
All right,
Little
guys.
flap.
Oh, wait, sorry. Let me play some fade out music.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
just gonna do this. But
Were there
let's-
any other samples that didn't get played today?
Yeah, for sure. We have like segments whenever we honestly we do a lot more segments whenever it's just us.
Yeah.
But we could do this and be like, all right, let's talk about top. Oh, let's do this actually. Let's do favorites in
Yes,
Nashville.
yes,
Here we go.
yes, yes,
Favorites
yes.
in Nashville. All right, you have 2 seconds to answer these questions. Okay, best bar in Nashville, go. Mississippi, 2 weeks. Okay, best restaurant in Nashville, go.
Baja Burrito.
I went there the other day. Let's freaking go. It's hype. Okay, and now again, best bar in Nashville, go.
He doesn't drink.
I don't drink yet.
Okay,
Wait, but I
okay.
know one. A Coral Club.
All right, best venue in Nashville, go.
Exit at the end.
The 2 seconds is freaking me out. Best venue in town? Probably the Basement East.
Basement East. Okay. Favorite concert you've ever seen in Nashville, go.
Family Force 5 at Toby Mac's Winter Wonder Slam. Yes! Yes!
Okay, well there's your top. There's your quick.
Watch
fire
what you
favorites.
say it, Ramamba.
That's our. That's
Watch me at the
they're,
crib.
they're the
I'm just a love addict.
they're the true and better 100 picks.
Literally. I have been. My belief is that Family Force 5 is the greatest band of all time, and I've held that belief since 2007. And I keep,
We could go for another
as,
hour.
as
on
time
this.
goes on, I think they're becoming more and more like. I'm like, yeah, people are like, yeah, I really like music that like butt rock is becoming more popular again. Like finally after, and I'm like, Family Force 5.
Another Family
they
Force
got-
5.
And it's like
Literally.
they have trap, they have like
You were
hip hop,
so far
they have
ahead of
auto
your
tune.
time.
They were,
They have
dude.
auto, like they do all the styles that are like
Yeah.
people, that are kind of people are like, you know what, that was tight. It's like
Yeah.
this band did all of that. This
Yeah.
Business Up Front, Party in the Back,
Yeah.
the best album of all time.
Yeah.
Dude, that is such a good cake.
That's my
Literally,
favorite.
You can play Family Force 5 at like pre-youth group and it hits. You could play it
Yeah.
any pre-show playlist. It would hit.
That's
every
my
time.
favorite take I've ever heard.
That's a great
I could
take,
sing
man.
the entire album for you right now.
Come along, children. Now let's have a little music.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening
that.
to Nordista Freeze. We love you so much.
Is it over?
We love you so
I don't
much.
have a ride.
Is there anything you want to promo?
Yeah, just keep in touch. Find me on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I'm putting out a lot of music.
Nordista
I tour like crazy. I put out music like crazy. You can DM me. I'll respond. Yeah, it's very easy to get in touch. So
Let's go.
Let's go.
join the cult. We always have room for more.
Love it. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys.
There's more?
Yep, there's more.
This is for the Patreon people.
That's right.
All right. He likes Trump. I like Biden. Let's get into this. This is behind the paywall?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. What is Nordista Freeze's love life like?
Well, my love language is physical touch. My love life? Well, I've been going on some dates, but, I just care more about my music. Something just keeps me home, man. Now, I did wait on her when I worked at Burger Up.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Burger Up like good or something?
Me
Why
and
did
Rachel
she go
Summers
there?
went there, dude.
we
Shout
served
out
them
Rachel
all. We
Summers.
served them all. I served the Black Keys. I
Dude,
served
you
Theo
should date
Vaughn.
Rachel Summers.
Dude.
She lives in Nashville.
The girl that I was at dinner with when you waited our table lives in Nashville now.
Dude.
And she's sick.
I was going to drop
And
my
she
number
was like-
at your table, but then I got intimidated because I was like, I don't know if they're dating or not.
No,
And
no.
I was vibing with her. Like, you went to the bathroom and she was like flirting with me, and I was like,
Dang it.
but I was like, oh, I guess like she's cheating on him. But then now you're yelling her together.
We're not, dude. You should
Yeah.
date her. I'll give you her phone number. You should text her.
Okay.
I was showing her videos from your live show. She was like, that's sick.
She was like, this guy looks so good on stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what she said.
I wish he would always take his shirt off.
Yes.
You definitely need to at least go on a date with her. She's
Yes,
awesome.
that would be dope.
I'm
actually.
into this. Yes. This is
Yeah.
what I've been looking for.
She does music too.
I feel like you
She's
guys are great guys. Like, I feel like I can trust y'all on this.
Dude,
Like,
thanks.
Thanks.
yeah. I mean,
feel like
whatever.
I'm not self-conscious about my body anymore. Like, thank you, bro.
Dude, I had a friend who was overweight in like elementary school, and he got so many women, and
Whoa.
he taught me like at an early age.
And
He was just like, yeah, whatever.
That's how you know that you have a good body. Lots of women.
He's just like,
Right.
he was just like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm just confident. And I was like, yo, and I was like, remember being like in middle school and being like, this guy
Gets it.
is so much cooler than me. And it's not about having a six pack, you know. Which isn't
Love
say,
that.
I mean, you might have a six pack. I'm just
Dude,
saying.
you don't know what's under here, man.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying that there's
Not
never
aware.
reason to be insecure about your body, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
Body positivity.
What's another secret thing we can talk about? Oh, what is let's just say this. Does every Nashville musician have another Nashville musician they just like freaking hate?
People, I feel like people do love to talk crap, but not me. I'm clean.
Yeah.
I'm clean. I like it all.
Sober from
Yeah.
gossip.
I love
Yeah.
that.
You know, do I think some TikTok people are cringe? A little bit, but then they're more popular than me. So what am I gonna do? Be a hater?
Yeah, fair.
Right.
You know, punching up feels dumb. Punching down, that's stupid. So
Yeah.
I gotta punch someone who's on my level. If someone has exactly the same amount of Instagram followers as me, yeah, I'll fight
It's
you.
on site.
Yeah,
That's
On
different.
site.
What's like one person that when you go, if you were like to go out to a cafe in Nashville and what's like the number
My
one
heart goes-
person that you want to see?
You pause the music. I know when I'm listening to the episode and there's still music playing.
Sorry.
If I start freaking out.
No, I liked all that.
Sorry.
Okay, wait. One person that I would love to see.
Yeah, like who are you the most excited to see when you see them out in Nashville?
Oh man, just a person.
Yeah.
Like it can be anyone.
Oh, I mean specifically famous, but you can just say your buddy if you really
no,
want
no,
to.
I think it's someone famous. I don't know. I mean, I guess I got obviously Joe has been so good to me, man. Got us into the show. I run into him at a couple places. He's been so nice to me.
Joe's a good guy.
I was at I Think You Should Leave.
You should leave
I guess,
live?
yeah. I guess we're getting into it. I guess I'll reveal some of my secrets. So I'm at I Think You Should Leave live, and at the end, this guy turns around and he goes, "Are you Nordista Freeze?" And I was like, "Yeah." Then he was like, "Yo, dude, I'm what is it, Brad Schultz? Yeah, from KG Elephant."
No way.
Shut the heck up.
He was like, "We love what you do," and I was like, "Let's
That
go."
is
So that,
sick.
that
That's
gets me
awesome.
up. Yeah,
Also, the fact that you guys are both there.
yeah,
That's you know that he's funny.
exactly.
I love that.
It was
That's
genuinely
amazing.
really funny.
That's why I think a comedy show as a first date is always a great move.
yes,
Because if she's laughing, you're like, okay, we're gonna laugh at this kind
Right.
of stuff.
But if she's not laughing, then you're like, you got to get the heck out of here.
I'm
You're
out
like,
this
this
piece.
Hey,
ain't
I'm
gonna
trying
work.
to have fun right now. Please leave.
Bye,
You know who
shawty.
likes- You know who likes Gladys?
Rachel Summers.
Whoa.
Gladys is an
Nashville.
improv group in here.
No.
In Birmingham, they're like similar. I think you should leave type comedy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gladys is awesome. If there was a Gladys show tonight, we didn't have anything to do, we'd definitely.
Oh,
let's
that
go
would
to
be so
Gladys.
fun.
Are we gonna get dinner together or separately? That's the
Together.
question.
I'm down
Okay.
for the dinner.
I
vibe.
do need
fun.
to go figure out if my wife is coming and convince her if she doesn't want to.
Okay,
So I
cool.
would have to go get her.
What are we gonna eat? I think that would be a good thing to conclude the podcast with. I mean, if you're down
Oh,
to get into this,
I'm so down to go to Salute again. Salute
I've never
is-
been.
That would
I'm
be
down.
fire.
It's so good. There's a new
what type of food is it?
New Mexican restaurant that opened up in downtown. and
New,
it's
like
so
it's like
cool.
New Mexico. It's like food from New Mexico.
New-
Yes.
We're ending it on that.